good evening, good afternoon, good morning to the lovers of freedom and also to the haters of freedom. Also to the real Biafran people under United States of Biafra. It is a wonderful day that Chukwuka Biam has made for all of us that we are into today. So I welcome you on this hallowed platform. This is Real Biafra TV, bringing you message of things that you may forgot or things you never think about. And they are simply mean bringing you the bitter truth about the life and about the movement of Biafra that has been going on for over how many decades without coming to an end of it. That is why we are here, to bring those things that we have forgotten, bring them back to you, so you can easily recognize those things, or you can easily understand it, to take your final stand and your final push. It is very important, because lack of information is simply disinformation people. When you see all the things that is happening and how everything is rolling out, there is things that we must know. There are things that maybe they may be hiding from us. Why that something that we are looking for has a criteria. And also those who has been in that journey before us. Those that has been there before us in this movement of having our own country that has been declared and also called United States of Biafra, that are seeking for recognition under the international laws, under the UN Charter, under the Vienna Convention, under Geneva Convention, under Montevideo Convention of 1933. All these are existing protocol that when you are looking for a country, when you are trying to have a new country, you got to study all of them as a template that will carry you. So if with research to know all these things, then you will know the next line to take. That is why it is very important for all of us to know that the people of United States of Biafra that was declared on November 29, 2024, that November 29, 2025, make it 1 year, we make a declaration of United States of Biafra. So my people, it is a high time to force the world to know that Biafra has been declared. Yes, I that is here talking today, I am from the new country called United States of what? Biafra. That is where I'm from. So please, I will urge you, as you join me right now, please click the like button. Like and share the program so others may know that we are live and we are direct this evening. So, because we are here to learn some lesson and also to correct ourselves and also know the exact truth and what are the things that are holding us and what are the things that we need to do. So I will urge you to like the program, to share the program, to make it go over to others may come and join us, both Biafrans and non-Biafrans that are here, that are online, so they may understand why we are here. That we are not just being here to make money, but we are here to educate ourselves and also push to the world for them to know that we have opened. Because of the corruption in Africa, that is why the people of Biafra has made a declaration of our new country called United States of Biafra to avoid or to stop the corruption that is going on in the entire Africa today. And what also the colonial masters are doing in our territory. That is why it is very important to share this program, to like the program, and brings others to come and join us this wonderful evening, that we are live to let the world know what we are passing through and what is happening in Africa. That Biafra recognition as a new country is going to solve the problem. Because in this life, or in this world, there was a time every country in the world is a new country. When people have never think that such a country will emerge in this life that we are living. But today, we have also shocked the world by standing on our feet to make official declaration of United States of Biafra as a sovereign state that are seeking for recognition in the entire world. And we are the one to stop the ongoing genocide, the killing, the corruption, and all the things that is going on in Nigeria. Biafran people are the one to stop these killings that are happening everywhere. That is why our declaration is a solution to the problems that the world are facing right now. Our declaration, our recognition is to put an end to inhuman treatment, to put an end to ongoing genocide that is going on in Africa, ongoing genocide that is happening in Nigeria right now. Our declaration is a question mark. Our declaration is a question mark to put end to all this entire one, intimidation, 2, abuse of rights, 3, inhuman treatment, 4, corruption. Then the Biafra we employ or reinstate the value of self-determination back to Africa, where people with their life, with their rights, will be allowed them to do things the way it's supposed to be. So that is why we say that Biafra as a country Biafra is that question mark. Biafra is that solution. Biafra is only thing that will make Christians, that will make every region, every worshipper, every thing you watch to have their rights to worship what you like, because there must be a freedom of what? Worship. There also must be a freedom of what? Speech. There will be a freedom to your life. There also will have a freedom to protest when things are not going normal. Biafra is to end all the impunity that people are facing today in Africa. Biafra is also to end the era of second-time colonial masters from UK, London, entire British there are today, colonizing the people of Nigeria in this 21st century. That is why the Biafra is only option. That's why we told that Biafra is the only question mark to end all that is going on today, to put an end to all this. So please, as you join me, may you like the program. As you join me, please share the program. Let the program go viral so people will understand why we are here this evening. And also, why that we are no longer in the era of agitation, of so-called IPOB, that the world can never recognize as a country. Also, Biafra recognition is a headway to free Mazi Nnamdi Okukano, the president of United States of Biafra. Because the international laws, Montevideo conventions, prove it that it's only when a country is being declared, one, that country may be seen as a state that are seeking for international recognition. Because of answering IPOB organization cannot give you a state or make you to become a country in the eyes of the international community. That is why there is an international criteria for you to become a country. There is an international criteria for you to become an existing country. And there is a process. There is diplomatical way, there is legal, there is political, there is awareness, there is pressure. All these things are made up of what we are here to let you know this evening. So you will know those that are deceiving you are those that are right. Because it is a time for us to face the reality without wasting time. It is a time to do the justice, to end deceiving ourselves in the name of IPOB organization. The world has understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu make what? Registration of IPOB as organization simply mean the entire indigenous people that's made up of Biafra that was re-declared on November 29, 2024. November 29, 2025, make it maximum 1 year that Biafra has been re-declared. Then, pushing for international recognition, processing, standing on the template, standing on the existing protocol of the world to be sure that we merge as a free, peaceful country, not under armed struggle anymore. That is why it's very important for you to know where we are and the solution to Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. When they talk about diplomatic movement to release him, there are things that we all need to know of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now that he was being sentenced to life imprisonment and also still remain the leader of all the indigenous people that are living in the entire eastern region. That some area under colonial master was they use divide and rule on us. They did what? They use divide and rule on us. The divide and rule they use on us is exactly why you have South-South and Southeast today. But before the amalgamation of 1914, we are people of what? Eastern old region, one people. The South-South is just a new something. Like you know that when a fowl lay egg, there is egg already before the what? Forming of the chicken inside the egg. So before the South-South, the question is, who are you? Are you from the Eastern region? From this old Eastern region? If you are from the old Eastern region, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano has already make it open for you to know that you are one of the indigenous people. That simply means IPOB, not the IPOB claim organization. No. That one is a name used to be registered as a political movement of a people under self-determination for them to get their rights, or for them from there to push until they make their official declaration of their country. And within that declaration, they will now seek, with the template of the words, the international global community for them to get what? International recognition, for them to become a full de jure country. No longer de facto. Without recognition, you remain a de facto government in the eyes of the international global community. Now, when you see all that is going, you ask yourself, this IPOB organization, for how many years do they want the agitation to continue? How many years? As you are claiming you are into IPOB organization, have you asked yourself, what are the process, the procedure, what are the criteria that other countries in the world took before they got to where they become a country in the world? What are those countries in these 21st centuries? You look at countries like Finland. You look at countries like what's happened in South Africa. You look at what happened in Kenya. You look at how Namibia got their independence from South Africa. You look at how Eritrea gets their independence from Ethiopia. You look at how Kenya got their independence from the colonial masters. You look at how Bangladesh got their own independence. You look at how India got their own independence. These are things that someone needs to study. Because in Igbo adage, we always say this word, and we can never become a country without history of those countries that have passed through that way that we are passing, and without the laws that has already put down for you as a country. If I may ask you, agitation under IPOB without Masol, has it last how many years? And how many do you think we can continue to agitate? And can agitation automatically grant us recognition? Or because of over long time agitation, can it make us to become to the world serious as automatically a country or a state? The answer is pure hell no. Because agitation with a name of organization like IPOB is simply mean a political movement of people under self-determination seeking for international recognition. The only thing that makes Chukwuemeka Odumegwu that Biafra is not a country today is what? Nothing more than what? That there is something they called this particular international recognition that Biafra lacks in 1967 to 1970. That is the only reason why Biafra is not a country. But it happened because of the blockade and the London, UK, blocking it for them to continue making the oils that are coming from the old eastern region entirely. They block it totally by themselves. That is why today nobody is talking about the genocide that people of Biafra passed through in 1967 to 1970 today. Till this date, I am talking to you. But the time has come for the world to revisit what happened in 1967 to 1970. This genocide that took place. It's a high time that the world, now that Biafra has have effective government and the control of part of their 40 states, this is the time to know exactly what happened that time that Britain blocked it, because of there is no very big social media for the Biafran people to let the world know what they are passing through. So I urge you this evening to please like the program, share it. This program is for me, is for you. For us to do what? To educate ourselves. For us to do what? Educate ourselves on the right track, on the bitter truth that you may not like to hear. Like I said, we are only here to bring out this bitter truth to you, so you will know the road to freedom. You will know there is a road to a new country, and there is a history that must repeat for a new country to emerge. A new country will not just because of agitation and because of name IPOB can never give us automatically ticket to Biafra to become a country. I want us to know this before we go into the document that we are going to read, because we come here always with facts and figures. We don't just come to make a story, but we are towing on the line for you to know what we are going to discuss this evening. Like I normally do, use my 31st minute to analyze it for you. So as I start playing it and explain, so you understand it clearly. That is why it is very imperative that you pay attention this night, because we want to let the world know that Biafra has been redeclared, and our name is United State of what? Biafra. After the US, it becomes USB, which is mean United States of Biafra. Under this United States of Biafra, that people of Biafra has gathered to make it their right, or to let the world know that nobody can stop us anymore in this time around. The Biafran people has made it clearly on November 29, 2025, that United States of Biafra, which is the celebration of anniversary of 1 year that we are existing country, under the eyes of the international laws and treaties and bind of the UN Charter, Montevideo Convention, Geneva Convention, Vienna Convention. All this works together in one goal. That is when we said there is a criteria, there is existing protocol, there is legal way, there is political way, there is diplomatical way, that all are inclusive of one thing: for us to seek what? Our official international recognition as the people of United States of Biafra that have exited Nigeria on November 29, 2024, that celebrated our first 1 year anniversary on November 25, 2020, on November 29, 2025. We make our official declaration. We also let the world know that we don't want to go back to that thing called one Nigeria that means a death sentence to every indigenous people. Today, Showore has really understand that Nigeria means a death sentence to every indigenous people. You think you actually one Nigeria, you think you are alive. You are not alive. You are not living, because through things that are happening in Nigeria, you already be sentenced to death. There is no light, no free education, no good hospital, no good road, no good market, insecurity everywhere, poverty everywhere. They use poverty to Islamize you without you knowing. So you think that you are alive in Nigeria, and you think Nigeria can never work for you. It can never, because your forefathers told you that Nigeria is not a country, that British has tried to manage Nigeria people, and because of the people are not one people, it can't work. They warned us and they said, your first ever prime minister, Tafawa Balewa, in 1948, 1947, told us that if we refuse to adhere to divide Nigeria according to tribal line, that Congo, Somalia will be better than Nigeria. That if we adhere, imagine a country that your forefathers lay or cost on it. The first people who has ever ruled Nigeria under democracy told you that this is not a country. And all that is happening today, please, can you mention to me one country that such a thing is happening? Just one. Can you just tell me in the comment section one country that what is happening in Nigeria is happening today? Can you also tell me that country in the world that all that's in the when it's come to the traveling movement? Can you tell me the people that they have traveled far and wide in terms of country today? Tell me that country that their citizens are always, they are on every continent of other peoples in the world. Can you tell me? And if you claim that Nigeria is good, why population of Nigeria in every other country supersede any other countries in the world? Why is it that the population, or if you claim that Nigeria is a country, Nigeria is working for you? My question is, can you tell me in this, or in every continent, people that travel most, people that are not in their country, that their large number of their people are in abroad? Can you just tell me that? And why are you running away? So we must start to let the truth be told. Because of we are afraid, because of Nigeria was created under intimidation, and you think that we can only be living in that intimidation. Because those that created Nigeria, the amalgamation is by force, and it's only Nigeria that in the entire world that the document of their country is about amalgamation of 1914. And you see how wicked those that amalgamated you and give you Nigeria make it openly, that this amalgamation was being done without the consent of the people living in that area. By force. So Nigeria going to think by sentencing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, oh, that Biafra, nobody will talk about it again. You are making a mistake. You did not learn your lesson from Wazirike. You never learned your lesson from our internal leader, Chukwuemeka Odimegwu. You never learn. You think that sentencing Mazi Simon Eba, sentencing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will stop Biafra? No. You are the one arresting them, making it openly. That is why today the world talk of the world today secretly, openly is Biafra people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in your court stand and told you that under self-determination, that is a crime in Nigeria, that it is my right to agitate for Biafra as a country. But we find out that self-determination is a crime when it's come to Nigeria. Simply mean the amalgamation of 1914 excluded self-determination. Because if the amalgamation of 1914 included really in action, not in the book, included self-determination, tell me why you cannot protest in that you are one Nigeria that means death sentence to every indigenous person. Before I will bring what I have for you today, for the Biafran people, let me play this to you from Omoyole Sowore, because the spirit has started catching him small, gradually. That is why I was advising Omoyole to go back and join people of Oduduwa Nation. To go back, do what? To join his people to get Oduduwa Nation, so that nobody can sentence him life imprisonment. Listen to this from Sowore.
Born in Nigeria. Being born in Nigeria is already death sentence.
Do you hear it?
So nobody can scare me with death sentence. The moment
you think that we are
born
afraid?
in this country, you have been sentenced to death.
Oh, exactly.
Either by default or by accident.
Do you hear it? Being born in Nigeria simply means what? Death sentence to every indigenous person. So coming here to come and write trash does not stop the truth to prevail. How many do you want to cry? How many people do you want to arrest? Are you not being a fool that in a country where you are living, that you don't have even common 24 hours light, no good roads, you are not even sure, threat of carrying me, you that are living there, that tomorrow, that Fulanis will not kidnap you on the road. Today, there is a kidnapping movement. They kidnap people from Abia State to Imo State on the expressway. From Anambra to Enugu, there is a kidnapping. They kidnap people all over. So you to come here to come and write, before you will think of coming, they have already captured you. Because you don't know when you are sleeping in a corner, there is no security. There is no light. When they will come, because you don't know that street light is a security. You don't know. Omo Olechore has come to understand that Nigeria can never work. That Nigeria is what? A death sentence to every indigenous person. Nigeria is once you claim that Nigeria as your country, you have already into what? Death sentence.
The moment you are born in this country, you have been sentenced to death.
Exactly.
Either by default or by accident.
Do you hear it?
Being born in Nigeria.
This is not me saying it.
Nigeria is already death sentence.
Exactly.
So nobody can scare me with death sentence.
There is many things that prove what he's saying. Listen, you who is right there, come and carry your father, carry your mother. Look at this. Inside Kogi State.
This morning, during their Sunday service, for one of the churches where they Ejiba, a place where they call Ejiba, in Kogi State. Now, beer bandits, Fulani bandits, go adopt pastor, his wife, and some number of members.
Jesus Christ, Nigeria. I beg on pray for our people for local job. Jesus Christ.
Are you hearing it?
You know they wicked, you know they stingy. Share this video. So make this video reach Tinubu. Make this video reach police headquarters. Make them come save us. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
The police that will come and save you, are they secure?
Jesus Christ.
The police that are coming to secure you, are they free to come? Because as they move, their members in the police, in the MNT will lay ambush. They will send message to those inside the bush. They will lay ambush and buy you. The way they buy Oba, the general brigade that never fought war, had answered the general brigade. This is what is happening in Nigeria, and you can come here. May this become your position as anywhere you are.
Jesus, my own don't finish. My own don't finish. Jesus.
Yes. What we are saying is we don't just come because we must come with evidence of anything and why Biafra is a country. That Biafra is only solution. Question mark. Biafra is only solution to this. Do you know how? When you divide Nigeria according to the ethnic tribal line, like the way India was being partitioned, I will defend my territory. Boko Haram, ISWAP, Fulani men will not come and stay inside my bush. Because when you have your territory, you secure all of it. Imagine where a Yoruba man is in charge to protect a Yoruba land with their language, with one belief and one culture. Imagine when a real Hausa man is the one protecting his border. Imagine when people of Benue are the one protecting their border. Tell me how all this will happen, because the border is not being controlled, or rather, the border is being controlled by the Fulani herdsmen, by these Boko Haram people. That they will rehabilitate them under 6 months and put them into the military. Go and check what happened to Afghanistan. How they chase America away from their country. In the morning, they are on the uniform, becomes people that work with the American army. But in the night, they are Afghanistan inside their hearts. till they decided to execute their mission and they chased America away. Today, Afghanistan that chased America away in 2021 and fought war. What happened? Today, they have become a country. Mugu. Afghanistan has become a country. Russia has given them international recognition today. On this 2025 January, US recognized Afghanistan as a country. Did anybody know that in 2021 that Afghanistan will become a country? Did anybody know? Did anybody knew that Afghanistan is going to become a country today? That is how you are going to be here. Biafra must surely become a country. In your nose, in your eyes, and you will cry, had I known. Did your forefathers know that in 1914 there was be a name called a country, Nigeria? The world is all about full of surprises. And the one that is constant in life is changing to any situation. That is one that is constant in life, changing. Did anybody know that in 1914, in 1904, in 1804, in 1700 something, that a name called Nigeria will come up? Think and stop fooling yourself and join the moving train. Join declared United States of Biafra as a country. This evening we are here to do what? So let you know, if you are claiming IPOB, that IPOB will never in this entire world give you or automatically become a country without the full process, without the criteria, without the existing laws, without this template of the international global community. I ask you again, how many years did you want to agitate under IPOB? How many years did you want to agitate under fallback? How many years do you want to agitate under CRC? How many years do you want to agitate under Faceless Unite? How many years? From when you start hearing the voice of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, direct, not longer was Rike, in between 2012 to 2025. Is that how many years? And you are proud to claim an IPOB member. And from 2012, that I have started hearing the voice of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to 2025, my brother, my people, is it how many years? Do you know that nobody ever believed that Namibia will become a country out of South Africa? Nobody ever believed that what? That Namibia will become a country from South Africa. Do you know that? But today, Namibia is a country that you watch them when they play football, and their fans and the citizens will come up. You will see them. Namibia got their independence from South Africa. You see one country called Eritrea, a small country in Africa that also play football today as a country. They got their independence from Ethiopia. So what Biafran people are seeking for is something that is obtainable. Despite your envy, your jealousness, you are greedy, can never stop it, because of the government of the declared US government are flowing this international template and the criteria and the diplomatic movement of it under peaceful movement. You are going to be there. Like the way you are there, Afghanistan becomes a country today. Kosovo is a country. Inside Somalia, there is another country there Inside Cyprus, there is a northern Cyprus. Inside Netherlands, there is a northern Netherlands. Mugu. And you stay where that are killing you, where you cannot come outside to protest. Or more or less, so has made it openly that being born as a Nigeria, automatically they have passed what? A death sentence to you. That was the intention of those who created you and call you Nigeria. Shame on you that you are still answering a name that white man giving to you. Shame on you. And shame on you that you claim IPOB member. Because IPOB is not a country. And they can never be. With that name IPOB, you as an organization be registered because the world do know that Mazen can register that as an organization. Even when before you answer Nigeria, there is a company that Frederick Lolugard and his girlfriend give to you. And why they call you Nigeria? Niger. Because there is a river. Umokoko. And after all this killing, after all this kidnapping, after all this movement, you come and say, arise as if Nigeria is a country. Your forefathers make it open that Nigeria is not a country. Yes, I have a friend from Iran, a friend from Togo. I am from the new country that been declared on November 29, 2024, that has exited Nigeria. I am from United States of Biafra. We are only seeking for your country, Togo, to recognize Biafra as a country. I hope you are seeing what is happening in Nigeria. Nigeria is the father of all the corruption going on in Africa. Nigeria is the country who introduced that if youth comes out to protest, use tear gas, use gun, use armor tanker, chase them away. It is Nigeria that introduced to every country that's in Africa. That is, they are the father of the corruption today. That's what Nigeria is. So, my people, my friend from Togo, I am from United States of Biafra. Check on social media, check on internet. Any country must first become an online country before you become a full country. Go and check history. And the people of Biafra has emerged. We are only looking for one thing. For people of Togo to announce that Biafra has become a sovereign state. That is all we needed. For people of the world to know. On 29th of November 2025, we celebrated our 1-year anniversary of our declaration. And also let the world know that we are ready to sign treaties, to sign laws that controls countries in the name of the international global community. Please, as you join me, please like the program, hit the like button. I said what? Hit the like button. There is a 3 dots in front of you. If it's the first time joining, hit on that particular 3 dots. Then you will see, once that dot open, you will see like and share. Just hit on that dot, it will open. You will see the dot is 3. You will see like and share. Then also subscribe on this channel, Biafra TV. We start to talk about our Biafra and the movement of the future of the youth of Africa. We must rise and chase all these old criminals away. Use Burkina Faso as an example. What Ibrahim Traoré have achieved within how many years for people of Burkina Faso today. That is why when they said that the youth are leaders of tomorrow. How can you be a leader when a man of 90 years is a president? When a man of 90 years is your senator? When a man of 90 years is the one representing you? When are you going to be a leader if you are from Africa? Go to other countries. Young boys are the one ruling. This country I am, if you see a young boy that's ruling them, they build the security very tough. They have everything they want. Their citizens don't travel just for go and work in other places. They are here doing their things. Because when your home is good, why are you going out? The youth of Africa must continue on the protest. They must continue on revolution. That is things that can change the world. That is can change Africa. To chase away all these old criminals and fools who are there for their own personal interests, not for you at any time at all. My people, the people of Biafra has done what? Make their intention being known. We are no longer under IPOB organization. No. Because a protest or agitation under self-determination without a declaration is just a mere political movement. But agitation with a declaration of a new country leads to recognition of a country under self-determination. That is how the law partition all these things, and that is how it works. Africa will rise. Africa will be what it's supposed to be once Biafra becomes a country. Africa dies. Africa in darkness because of Biafra is not a country. Because we are people from the rising sun. Then we will rise Africa back to their standard. And because of they know that Biafran people will never allow anybody to marginalize any state in Africa. Biafra will never allow anybody to come back, and this second time of this their new era of colonial masters that they are coming back to Africa again. They say that Africa has been rising up. That they will ask questions. What we did to them in time of slave master? They decide to come back for the second time. So you will think they come to do you good. They come to eliminate people of Africa. These are fact and figures. You need to be up and doing in social media, to search on your own, so you will find it out. We must continue. The solution to the ongoing genocide in that enclave, in that sin that means a death sentence to every indigenous people, is what? To recognize Biafra as a new country. That is what Biafra is the only solution, in fact, in a short word. Biafra recognition, United States of Biafra recognition is what? The solution to the ongoing genocide of the Christians that makes the entire continent see Nigeria, one, as a terrorist. Number two, they have declared Nigeria as a country of particular concern. If you go down deep to know what it means to declare a country or to designate a country on a country of particular concern, you cannot come on social media to prove that you are one Nigeria. If you know, you know. Unless you want to learn. But if you never want to learn, continue fooling yourself in the eyes of the international global community, because they are watching and they are seeing. Do you think that they have never met all the investigation before Donald Trump can ever thinking of designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern? You need to find out why on your own. Not when you hear something, you just start talking. No, find out. You see that shame will not allow you to claim that you are one Nigeria. One Nigeria simply means a death sentence to every indigenous person. One Nigeria is only for those that want to Islamize you. Those that want you to under by force, like the way Nigeria is being created under by force of a man called Frederick Lugard in 1914. That is what really happened. So that the process of the by force are still continue going on. Is he doing what? Continuously going on, my people. There is no freedom in Africa. Africans are still under what? The so-called immortalization of the new colonial masters. We are not free. If we are free, if not at what British has handed over the North, the Sokoto Caliphate to do under the amalgamation, people need to cut ties with Nigeria. And also, we are calling on every corner to understand the meaning of the self-determination or the human being, the right of a human being, to please cut ties with Nigeria and sanction Nigeria. Put them where they belong, because Nigeria is a death sentence to every indigenous person today. That is what it is. So we are calling on Donald Trump and every well-meaning countries in the world to listen to our cry. That's now that we have organized ourselves, now that Biafra has been declared as a sovereign state. Without declaration of a new country, you are nobody, and nobody will recognize you as a country or call you a country. And that is why the entire community will now intervene when you have a problem, because the name of IPOB is not a country. You are under Nigeria. If you never want to know that, and very soon, we are going to prove that to you with the international laws and what they want us to do. And that is exactly what United State of Biafra is doing this time around. That is why I'm telling you here that you must support the moving train. Happen to be United State of what? Biafra is the only moving train that we have, that will save us from the impunity, from the killing, from the corruption, that we end the killings of the indigenous people. My people, as you join us, please like and share the program, please. Like and share. If your first time come, you will see a three dot in front of you. Click on that three dot, it will open. Then you like the program or share the program, please. It is very important if you do so, if you may. So, my people, it is a high time that we stand on the existing protocol to ask the world, why are they wasting time for granting us recognition? We have qualified to be a member of the UN. We have met all the existing criteria of the international global community. What are those criteria? Under the Montevideo Convention that's always been said by you, that after declaration of a new country, they must seek for what? International recognition. That is what the Biafran people are seeking for right now. Answering a name of organization or representing organization can never make you to become a country. The world will never see you as what? As a country. That is one of the most important areas that I want us to go this evening, as we are going to be dishing out what it means to have a new country and how you can go for you to know that without official declaration of a new country, you will never become a country. Whatever happens to you, whatever they do to you, they will see it as internal affair of that particular country that you want to exist for. As I ask you, for how many years do you think that we will agitate before we become a country? And what are the things that leads for us to become a country? If you know, you know. So let us dive into what brings me here this evening, as I have made my intro very well to you, so you understand that Nigeria is not workable for you. But if you doubt me, you may do otherwise and see where you will end up. That is the most important thing. So let us see, with a name like IPOB organization, if we can ever use it to become a country. Let us see.
This is a complex question at the heart of international law and separatist movements. The short answer is no, not in the traditional sense of recognition as a sovereign state. International recognition of a new country, statehood, is based on established legal criteria that are difficult, if not impossible, for a non-state organization like IPOB to meet without a formal declaration of independence and, critically, without effective control over a defined territory. Here is a breakdown of why and what kind of recognition they might achieve. 1. The requirements for statehood, Montevideo Convention. Under the prevailing international law theory, the declarative theory as codified in the 1933 Montevideo Convention, an entity must possess the following criteria to be considered a state. Requirement. Explanation. IPOB, agitation status. 1. Permanent population. A stable community of people. Met. IPOB represents the Igbo people. 2. Defined territory. Control over a specific geographical area. Not met. The territory, Biafra, remains internationally recognized as part of Nigeria. 3. Effective government. A functional authority capable of exercising internal control and order, without relying on the assistance of foreign powers. Not met. IPOB does not exercise sovereign administrative control, e.g., collecting taxes, maintaining courts, controlling police, over the territory. 4. Capacity to enter relations. The ability to conduct international affairs with other states. Not met. This ability is generally restricted to states recognized by others. The missing link. Without declaring independence and successfully establishing an effective government that exercises control over a defined territory, IPOB remains a non-state actor, a separatist organization, operating within the sovereign jurisdiction of the Nigerian state. 2. The role of a declaration of independence. A declaration is crucial because it is the formal legal act that signals the organization's intent to transition from a non-state actor to a state. It creates the legal basis for claiming sovereignty. It is a prerequisite for any other state to seriously consider granting formal recognition. Without it, recognizing the group would be seen as an illegal interference in the internal affairs of a recognized member state, Nigeria. 3. The type of recognition IPOB can achieve. While IPOB cannot achieve formal state recognition without fulfilling the criteria above, its long-term agitation can lead to other forms of international visibility and influence. Type of recognition. What it means. Impact. Political recognition. High-level media attention. Debates in foreign parliaments, and public statements from influential politicians or non-governmental organizations, NGOs, increases global awareness, putting pressure on the Nigerian government regarding human rights issues and the treatment of the Igbo population. De facto recognition, not applicable to the state itself, but IPOB can achieve status as an international political movement or a territorial contender. Allows IPOB to lobby at international forums like the UN Human Rights Council and gives its leadership a degree of political legitimacy among the global diaspora. Focus on self-determination. Recognition of the right to self-determination of the people it represents, as outlined in international conventions. This is often the core of their strategy. While international law protects this right, it rarely mandates secession unless the people are under colonial rule or are severely oppressed without meaningful internal political participation. In summary, for IPOB to gain formal international recognition as a country, it must first execute a declaration of independence and then demonstrate that it has effective, long-term control over the claimed territory, thereby meeting the requirements of statehood. Without those steps, its recognition will remain limited to the political and advocacy spheres.
I hope you are listening. The process and what you will do before you can become a new country. There is many things to do. You think that being an IPOB organization is enough for you? That IPOB can, in summary, they said no. Without what? International, without fixing first, execute a declaration of independence. Hi, IPOB organization, IPOB one fan. We are no longer in that era. Because it can never grant you to become a country. It is a very difficult. But the easy one is making a declaration of a new country and stand on that independence of a new country. Then it works. What we are looking for very far, what we are in our imagination, what we are is under us, is with us, but just bend down to look at it and arrange it. IPOB only agitation. After case of Mazen, they went to other grounds. They are waiting for him to come out to lead the movement. Now it's not out. What are you doing? How can you make things important for him to release? And what are those things that can make him to release? Do you know that declaration can make him to release? Do you know that the international recognition of United States of Biafra can also make him to be released? Do you know that this our first annual celebration of independence under international law can make him to be released? That has happened to people before. And you are criticizing it. Because you think that to become a country is just to come and talk in your own way and bring your own common sense. No. There is a procedure, there is a criteria, there is existing protocol, there is template for that. And who are those that has worked with this template? It's only one government of the people. United States of Biafra is the only option. And because of when you check of the three options, that a leader who is fighting for a new country was kidnapped or arrested before declaration. And on the process, they give him life sentence in prison. How can these three things, I want to mention, to go and research and find out. There is three things that are one that can bring him out. One is a declaration of that new country is fighting, making official declaration. Uchechi Okukano. Uchechi Okukano. Supposed claim of wife Masanande Kano. Who is going to tell me that to disgrace yourself in the eyes of the international global community? You speak big grammars. That is how you do. That's all you know. You think that holding your husband, that grammar can bring him out. I know that's no longer his wife, a long time ago. I know very well. Because I remember coming into your house when he was released in the first place. You was asking him to stop this agitation. Before he left to Israel, did you see him? After he from Israel to Germany, from Germany to Kenya, when have you seen him last? As husband and wife. Claiming IPOB organization is a shame to all of you who are claiming IPOB organization. Without official declaration of a new state, IPOB is a trash this time around. Because it's in the name of IPOB that he was being kidnapped. In the name of IPOB that he was being sentenced to life imprisonment. Is it not true? That's why IPOB is a trash to me. That organization called IPOB. It does no longer exist because it's not going to. You are long over agitation is used mean that you don't have a common sense. You are in school without graduating. Namibia fight only 24 years, 2 decades, and they got their independence from South Africa. I am asking you, from 2012 to 2025, is it how many years that you are agitating claiming IPOB? IPOB, one family, that is all you know. You don't learn a lesson from common things. IPOB is like a political party name that someone used to get a vote and do what? Win election to become a president of a country. That is what IPOB is all about, the organization, where people can come together to move on, to win election. Winning election on this time we're talking about is making a declaration of a new country. Winning your primary election is getting you close to become a president of a new country. Our agitation under IPOB is like the same thing of all these politicians that have become president, that process they are going, they undergo before they can be able to become president of a country is what we use IPOB to undergo. Making a declaration first is like what? It's like winning primary election. After you win a primary election, you continue to see campaign on the last day that you have win the president of that country that you want to rule. Now, when you win this, then what happens again? You will leave the name of that party that you have won the election with and go into country's name. To go what? Into a country name. Then, from answering a country name, from there, you seek for official international recognition that will now make you a sovereign state. Swearing a president in is like getting a recognition for a new country. Because after that, every matter ends. Once a president is being sworn in, he take over his position and he move ahead. For those who are in the party and they did not win, can they become a government of a country? The answer is no. That is what IPOB is like. So you continuously, I'm IPO, fan. The only thing you know is protest. The world are looking for you. When this OB is going to be a man? When are you going to understand that this year over long agitation cannot yield any result? That nobody will use to recognize you as a country. That you must stood up and make a declaration. Today, the real Biafran people has stood up and made the declaration of their new country called United States of Biafra. Only one government. Good boy, you're welcome. It is very important. Oh boy, you're welcome. That is the thing I want you to understand. It's not just that way you are looking at it. There is a criteria. There is a template for you to become a president of a country. There is a criteria for you to become a president of a country. The same way there is a criteria for you to have a new country. They are all political movements. They are all diplomatic. They are all legal. The same way the world will see that name APC as organization as somebody used to become a president. It's the same way the world has seen that you are so-called registered IPOB. If your IPOB name is a country, why is that our president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in one of his broadcasts, make us understand that a time will come when the people of Biafra will give a mandate to form a government that will lead to into declaration of a new country called Biafra. Did you not hear that from him? Why since then you heard that? Why did you not think at all? Why, after starting IPOB as an organization, why do we need to go and form a government that will lead to make a declaration of Biafra as a new country? Which he told that he's not going to say it now. That if he says that the enemy will hijack it, and they will never allow it to work. Till the man Simon Banan come, as somebody who studied that word from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and when he come, he maintained those words from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why today, after arresting him in Finland and sentencing him, Biafra people stood up. That lady called Ngozi Arabeze is another savior of all the Biafras, including Mazi Nnamdi Simon Eba. That declaration is what we save Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That declaration will save every entire Biafra who has been arrested, kidnapped, put in prison in Nigeria. That is why After our exit of Nigeria, we are calling it ex-Nigeria. Release all the Biafrans and recognize Biafra to solve your problem for you. We must continue. Listen to this again. You that claim IPOB. Every IPOB, every IPOB, every IPOB. For how many years? Even a child that is sent to school will graduate. When are you going to graduate with you and the IPOB as an organization? When? It is too late for you.
This is a complex question at the heart of international law and separatist movements. The short answer is no, not in the traditional sense of recognition as a sovereign state. International recognition of a new country, statehood, is based on established legal criteria that are difficult, if not impossible, for a non-state organization.
It's very difficult with your IPOB. Very, very difficult. And the criteria to become a new country is also what? Difficult. Try.
Like IPOB, to meet without a formal declaration of independence, and, critically, without effective control over a defined territory. Here is a breakdown of why, and what kind of recognition they might achieve. 1. The requirements for statehood, Montevideo Convention. Under the prevailing international law theory, the declarative theory as codified in the 1933 Montevideo Convention,
Have you heard from any of IPOB member discussing about Montevideo Convention? Even which you can. Did that Akurakuna one, you know what is Montevideo Convention? Can you just come out to discuss about Montevideo Convention, the criteria for you to become a country? Have you heard UN Charter from Uchechikan from her mouth? Have you heard about Geneva Convention from Uchechikan's mouth? Have you heard about Vienna Convention from the so-called organization of IPOB, all of them, that only know how to carry flag and come outside and do agitation? From 2012 to 2025, I am asking, how many years? Can you tell me in the comment section? From 2012 to 2025, my people, is it how many years? You're supposed to use chain, cloth, black cloth, cover your face while you are claiming IPOB. You must be ashamed of yourself. You must be ashamed of your IPOB without doing anything. Every OB is a boy. Every OB is a boy. Every you remember one place. They asked one of food from the IPOB. What are you doing? Is being kidnapped. Oh, we are trying to sensitize our people. Our people that mass can start from 2012 to be sensitizing our mind till 2021. It's not enough for you. And they tell me, is it what anybody going to say today that was never being said by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Tell me that word. Please, I want to know. Listen to this. I will play it 3 times. I will play it this time without saying a word. Play it again. The last one, then we will start.
He must possess the following criteria to be considered a state. Requirement. Explanation. IPOB, agitation status. 1. Permanent population. A stable community of people. Met. IPOB represents the Igbo people. 2. Defined territory. Control over a specific geographical area. Not met. The territory, Biafra, remains internationally recognized as part of Nigeria. 3. Effective government. A functional authority capable of exercising internal control and order, without relying on the assistance of foreign powers. Not met. IPOB does not exercise sovereign administrative control, e.g., collecting taxes, maintaining courts, controlling police, over the territory. 4. Capacity to enter relations. The ability to conduct international affairs with other states. Not met. This ability is generally restricted to states recognized by others. The missing link. Without declaring independence and successfully establishing an effective government that exercises control over a defined territory, IPOB remains a non-state actor, a separatist organization, operating within the sovereign jurisdiction of the Nigerian state. 2. The role of a declaration of independence. A declaration is crucial because it is the formal legal act that signals the organization's intent to transition from a non-state actor to a state. It creates the legal basis for claiming sovereignty. It is a prerequisite for any other state to seriously consider granting formal recognition. Without it, recognizing the group would be seen as an illegal interference in the internal affairs of a recognized member state, Nigeria. 3. The type of recognition IPOB can achieve. While IPOB cannot achieve formal state recognition without fulfilling the criteria above, its long-term agitation can lead to other forms of international visibility and influence. Type of recognition. What it means. Impact. Political recognition. High-level media attention. Debates in foreign parliaments, and public statements from influential politicians or non-governmental organizations, NGOs. Increases global awareness, putting pressure on the Nigerian government regarding human rights issues and the treatment of the Igbo population. De facto recognition. Not applicable to the state itself, but IPOB can achieve status as an international political movement or a territorial contender. Allows IPOB to lobby at international forums like the UN Human Rights Council and gives its leadership a degree of political legitimacy among the global diaspora. Focus on self-determination. Recognition of the right to self-determination of the people it represents, as outlined in international conventions. This is often the core of their strategy. While international law protects this right, it rarely mandates secession unless the people are under colonial rule or are severely oppressed without meaningful internal political participation. In summary, for IPOB to gain formal international recognition as a country, it must first execute a declaration of independence and then demonstrate that it has effective, long-term control over the claimed territory, thereby meeting the requirements of statehood. Without those steps, its recognition will remain limited to the political and advocacy spheres.
I hope you followed. Now we are going to play and pause, analyze it properly to reveal an understanding in our own common way that will help you to know where we are and why as an IPOB can never become a country. We must continue. This is a complex question at the heart of the international law and the separatist movement. The short answer is no, not in the traditional sense of recognition as a sovereign state. With IPOB name and the long agitation of IPOB cannot make the international global community to start recognizing them. Oh, because of they have agitating from 19 Brigadem. They have agitated for 20 years. They have agitated for 10 years. It's not going to make the international community to look at them and say, oh, you are now a country that is outright from Nigeria. You are no longer under Nigeria territorial integrity. Are you listening? They put what? Capital no. That because of the over long-term agitation of the IPOB, Nagasigi, oh, from today, you are now a country called Biafra. It's not working in that way. There is a criteria that must carry on. There is template that must carry on. There is a fulfillment to that. There is a fulfillment to that. And the history must repeat. The history of how other countries come to see after everything is done, whether Biafra is different to, you will come to that line of every other country that has become a country in this world that we are living. There was a time every country becomes a new country. That day they are representing their independence means that they are a new country. Nobody fall from heaven or nobody rise from ground and become a country. All of them work hard to where they are today. All these European countries, they fought themselves brutally. Nigeria never fought any war except the war that British and Russia fought for them against the indigenous people of Biafra in 1970. That is the only war. they have experienced. On their own, they did not fight Britain the way Kenya. Kenya fought Britain tooth and nail and get their independence. People died. They buy people. They buy people in Kenya. They buy people in India. They buy people in Bangladesh. They buy people in the time of Namibia and South Africa. In the apartheid regime of South Africa, they buy people. In the time of Ethiopia and Eritrea, they buy people. What of Northern Cyprus, Northern Netherlands today? All these things are war that people fought. That is why they value their country. That is why their country are not intimidating those citizens are living there. Like your own that place you call that thing you call Nigeria, that simply means death sentence once you are being born in Nigeria. You have passed the death sentence. So your birth is all about giving birth to you, is all about death sentence of the amalgamation of 1914 that Britain passed on to the Sokoto Caliphate that they have contract and discussion with. And they told us that there is a reason why they will not negotiate with Biafra. They only want to negotiate with Caliphate. And you never think, because you don't research. You believe in hearsay, the talk say, that's what you believe. You never know there is a role to the freedom of the people. There is a road. There is a road. It's very important for us to know. Because of you are a member of old party of any party in Nigeria or in the world, because of your old member, because of your last into that particular structure of that party, does it grant you automatically president of a country? Because of your oldest in a party structure, does it automatically grant you a president of a new country? I'm asking you. The same way there is a criteria, there is a protocol to become a president of any country in the world. Is there the same way there is a criteria that was being laid out, that will be written out, that lead you to get your own country also? For how long do you want to agitate? Then you will not be under Nigeria again. When it was Rites agitate and end his agitation, he told that he wants Biafra under one Nigeria. And the Biafra people says no. Taiwan is a country under China. Are you hearing about them? The only thing here is China. Taiwan is a country under China. Go and check the history. Many other countries like that today. There is things that is obtainable very easily, and there are things that are not obtainable. We are not here to sag anybody, but we're here to present it raw to you, to know the road for you to become a free nation. There is a road to that. The same way there is a road for someone to become a president of a country. There is a role for you to become a father. There is a role for you to become a mother. And if you refuse to follow those templates for you to become husband and wife, you can never. I don't know why our people are shying away from truth. Our people like gossip propaganda too much. That is what we value. That's what the one we like. When we go there, we laugh. But when we will understand exactly what we're supposed to, nobody goes there. Is that when I come to find out that when they said, now that is when it comes to this Biafran freedom we are looking for, is the truth on it is very bitter. Nobody wants to listen to that because it's not in your idea. It's not in your area of thinking. That's what this recognition is coming from. One thing ends everything. The same way that after winning an election, then they swear you in, is the same way after the election, you got an international recognition to become a fully country. All these are working together. But somebody must say it, somebody must implement it, and now it will not work. I hope we are listening. International recognition of a new country stakehold is based on the establishment legal criteria that are difficult. That are what? Difficult. Let me ask you this thing. To be a father is not a difficult something. To finish primary school, secondary, is not a difficult task. That is how to have a new country is all about difficult. It's not about a member of IPOB. No. IPOB my foot. You must register something that will bring people together. You must register something that will bring people together. Masob, or was it register what? Masob, to bring people together, to come agitate for, to build or to get what? United States of Biafra, or to get Biafra in the way they see that time. But this is our first 21st century. We look at this, it's not going to be just a Biafra. No, that is why we put it United States of what? Biafra. A title of best spices to tally on the movement of the world, and it's for it to sound good in the mouth of the people to call it USB. After US, now USB. Go and check very well. No other that has such a name. There is things that are following that you need to know. If not impossible, is not in fact, for a non-state organization like IPOB to meet without a formal declaration, they can never become a country. Independency and the criteria without effective control over a divine territory. IPOB, have they defined the territory of Biafra? The answer is no. Are they effective? The answer is no. When you are effective is when your leader is being held. You carry on, you move on, you do things that when he comes, he'll be surprised. Like that child that his father gave money. They are two, they give money. One will bury his own on the ground, and the one uses his own to do investment. Before his father will come, he has built house, he married their wife, he has a car, he opened borehole, and he's still continuously controlling the business. The father love him. And the other one who buried the money on ground, just go and make the money. The father look at him and do like this. No. The other one who used the money to go and lodge in hotel, and money finish out becomes what? A prodigal son. That is how you know this game. There are two examples that's similar to what we are doing. There is. That is why when you come here, you hear the bitter truth. Here is not to talk about some certain things, but to educate myself, for me to know it as my right. It is very important. That is how everything's supposed to be done. And anybody who else that is deceiving you today, not IPOB, he just wants you to continue giving him money. You are better than anybody who claims his DOS to this time around, because it's no longer exist. It's no longer what? Exist. My people. The one that exists now is what? United States of Biafra. That is the fully meaning of the indigenous people. United what? State of Biafra. That is the full meaning of what? What they call IPOB in general world. But when it comes to organization, they are on their own. We are not member of them anymore. I asked question, nobody answered. I said from 2012 to 2025, is it how many years? Can someone help me to answer? Can someone help me to answer? Listen again as you're just joining us.
This is a complex question at the heart of international law and separatist movements. The short answer is no, not in the traditional sense of recognition as a sovereign state. International recognition of a new country, statehood, is based on established legal criteria that are difficult, if not impossible, for a non-state organization like Ipob to meet without a formal declaration of independence and, critically, without effective control over a defined territory. Here is a breakdown of why and what kind of recognition they might achieve. 1. The requirements for statehood, Montevideo Convention. Under the prevailing international law theory, the declarative theory as codified in the 1933 Montevideo Convention, an entity must possess the following criteria to be considered a state. Requirement. Explanation. Ipob, agitation status. 1. Permanent population. A stable community of people. Met. Ipob represents the Igbo people. 2. Defined territory. Control over a specific geographical area. Not met. The territory, Biafra, remains internationally recognized as part of Nigeria. 3. Effective government. A functional authority capable of exercising internal control and order, without relying on the assistance of foreign powers. Not met. Ipob does not exercise sovereign administrative control, e.g., collecting taxes, maintaining courts, controlling police, over the territory. 4. Capacity to enter relations. The ability to conduct international affairs with other states. Not met. This ability is generally restricted to states recognized by others. The missing link, without declaring independence and successfully establishing an effective government that exercises control over a defined territory, Ipob remains a non-state actor, a separatist organization, operating within the sovereign jurisdiction of the Nigerian state. 2. The role of a declaration of independence. A declaration is crucial because it is the formal legal act that signals the organization's intent to transition from a non-state actor to a state. It creates the legal basis for claiming sovereignty. It is a prerequisite for any other state to seriously consider granting formal recognition. Without it, recognizing the group would be seen as an illegal interference in the internal affairs of a recognized member state, Nigeria. 3. The type of recognition Ipob can achieve. While Ipob cannot achieve formal state recognition without fulfilling the criteria above, its long-term agitation can lead to other forms of international visibility and influence. Type of recognition. What it means. Impact, political recognition, high-level media attention, debates in foreign parliaments, and public statements from influential politicians or non-governmental organizations, NGOs. Increases global awareness, putting pressure on the Nigerian government regarding human rights issues and the treatment of the Igbo population. De facto recognition. Not applicable to the state itself, but Ipob can achieve status as an international political movement or a territorial contender. Allows Ipob to lobby at international forums like the UN Human Rights Council and gives its leadership a degree of political legitimacy among the global diaspora. Focus on self-determination. Recognition of the right to self-determination of the people it represents, as outlined in international conventions. This is often the core of their strategy. While international law protects this right, it rarely mandates secession unless the people are under colonial rule or are severely oppressed without meaningful internal political participation. In summary, for Ipob to gain formal international recognition as a country, it must first execute a declaration of independence and then demonstrate that it has effective, long-term control over the claimed territory, thereby meeting the requirements of statehood. Without those steps, its recognition will remain limited to the political and advocacy spheres.
I hope you listen carefully. These are the international criteria and what you have to do. For those who are shouting Ipob, Ipob, oh, Uchechi, listen to what the world is expecting from you. You can't be able to do it because, and it's going to be done 2 times. Because under this international, they told that any group that make a declaration of a new country with a permanent population, with a majority, are the one that exercise effective control, are the one that the international community will give recognition. And who is that? The people that make a declaration of United States of Biafra is going to get one recognition. That is all we needed. Mass Nanekano will be free. Seven will be free forever and ever. That is one thing that is very important. into what we are doing. Because the only thing that we are lacking right now is what? This international recognition. Once it appears, nobody again will talk about IPOB as an organization. Rather, you talk about IPOB as an indigenous person from the old Eastern region. You understand it? You talk about things that are happening, not just making money on social media. Also, I want you to understand one thing. It's not by gree-gree. It's not by gra-gra. It's not by big grammar, no. It is not by what? By big grammar. The word is all about is that now that there is a real declaration of United States of Biafra, the people of Biafra has agreed they will have a government that make a declaration fully on November 29, 2024. Today, November 29, 2025 was our first ever anniversary that Biafra has become what? A sovereign state that lacks international recognition. That's why we are asking to the world to recognize us as a country, that we are the solution to the ongoing massacre of the Christians that are dying in all over Nigeria, and the ongoing kidnapping, ongoing armor tanker in my own territory that are used to make our country to be under siege. These are why Biafra recognition will end all these things, and nobody will see military man on police anymore. We see military man on the road. Nobody will see military man on the road like every other country. Only when there is war. Only when something is about to happen. That is why we're letting the world to know that give us recognition for us to help you end the killings, the kidnapping, the human rights abuse. That is the thing that we're going to help you to build and stop the ongoing genocide that's going on in Nigeria, because we know those are doing that. Only what we need is the recognition and the arms to protect ourselves. That is all we want the international global community to do for us. Please, my people. Stop claiming IPOB. Nigeria want the name of a new country. The IPOB can never give you international recognition. Rather, you must follow the process, or if it is not, they said no. Are you with me? Yes. If not possible for a non-state actor, a non-state organization like IPOB to meet without a formal declaration of independence, no way to become a country or a territory in another person's territory. That would simply mean. International recognition of a new country stakeholder is based on the established legal criteria that are difficult, if not possible, for a non-state organization like IPOB to meet without a formal declaration of independence, without effective control over a defined territory. That's what I told you. Despite Mazdan Kanu saying, any woman who tie 2 pieces of wrapper is a Biafran. Make confirm words. He make confirmed territory of Biafra that gives us 40 states that today we are still on it. What do you think? How do you think that IPO organization can give us territory recognition for us to become a country? The answer is no. No matter how you talk, no matter how you press. Let us focus on reality. What is the reality right now? The reality is United States of Biafra that are pushing hard to get us recognition. That is the solution to everything that is happening today. Only United States of Biafra, only United States of Biafra is only hope for every person who lives in Southeast, whether you like it or not. Is it this Eastern old region? Oh my God. Things are there. It's also why we must protect our land from the hands of these invaders, because they are the one in charge of the so-called one Nigeria. That is why they are buying by people every blessed day. But Biafra international recognition will start it by they are buying people. That is why it's very sacrosanct for us to do something before it's going to be late. International recognition of a new country stakehold is based on the established legal criteria that are difficult. Do you understand it? So, when you see the people that claim IPOB, Chidubem, you're welcome. These people that claim IPOB, name of IPOB can never make you to become a country. And I ask this question, nobody wants to answer. I don't know what people are not here. I ask, between 2012 to 2025, is it how many years? Between 2012 to 2025, how many years? So you may know the years of agitation that are no usually result. Rather, they see you as a mere political structure. That when the president needs you, when the state needs you, they can call you to send them down. That will simply mean. So when you talk about IPOB, recognition, no. And because of your name is IPOB, no one will recognize you as a country because the IPOB structure organization, the political movement is under one Nigeria. Recognizing you is to tampering the Nigeria territorial integrity, unless they told us here, unless there is an official declaration of that new country before it can happen. That name IPOB can never. That's why they know that the name represents Igbo people. Do you see how they put it? They know that everything is intact. Everything is intact. We must continue. We must. This is a complex question that's at the heart of the international law and the separatist movement. The short answer is no. Not in the traditional sense of recognition as a sovereign state. Nobody will recognize you because of your name is IPOB organization. Nobody will endorse or recognize you as a state. Nobody. These are the laws that have been there. These are the guidelines they kept for so long that we are not talking about. We are agitation. I ask you this question. Is this agitation I did over all these years? That's why I'm asking questions deeper so I can be able to know. If only agitation can make you to become a country. They said no. Do you know they want to embrace? They said it, capital no. International recognition of a new stakehold based on the established legal criteria that are difficult. Are you hearing? Difficult for IPO organization, or whatever they may claim. So it is very important that we continue. Not impossible for a non-state organization like IPOB to meet without a formal declaration. If there is no declaration of a new country, nobody will recognize you. You see IPOB organization, you see Oge Fallback, you see Imam Maduabo, you see First Tonight, all these people, they are just wasting you. That's why I ask you, if you are building a house, there is a time that you reach, you will struggle to finish building that house. If you are sending a child to school, you have a masmon, you want to send him to school. People of Namibia fought for 2 decades, 24 years or 3 decades and before 2 decades and before they can be able to grant their freedom from Namibia. We are not going to be the first, neither are we going to be the last, no matter how you see it, no matter how it may look like to you. My people, everything that we are working under this government, they are doing a wonderful job. Do you see United States of Biafra is doing a wonderful job? Let's continue. Without a formal declaration of independence, nobody recognizes IPOB as a country. They will never recognize it. They said it is very difficult. It is what? Very, very difficult under IPOB to see them as a country, to recognize them because of them is IPOB. They claim marginalization. They claim no. You must go through that criteria. You must go through that process. You must go through that template of the world. Number one template of the world, of the UN for you to become a new country is what? Official or formal, they call it what? Formal declaration. Formal declaration. You must go through that way. Without going to make a declaration, you see you as a mere political party under Nigeria. That is how the world sees you. That's why it's good for us to do what? Know who we are and what we are doing. So please, as you join me, please like and share the program. If it is your first time, there is a 3 dots in front of your right hand side. This is what I'm pointing right now of my phone. Just go in there. You will see like and share. Please click the like button. Share the program. Let it go viral to people to understand that. Why? The only hope of anybody from Southern East today is this our official declaration is the only hope. No other hope. No other one. So you have to. You have to. Let us continue. A non-state organization like IPOB to met without a formal declaration of independency and the criteria, without effective control over a defined territory. Without what? Effective control. They know through our first anniversary of our 1 year, the world has come to understand that Biafra government under Ngozi Arabeze, United States of Biafra are very effective. These are the things that are common. These are the bitter truth. These are things that we need to know on our own. The name IPOB can never make us to the world to see us as a country. Professor AJ, you're welcome. Good evening from here. The name IPOB, under international law, no matter how the long term of agitation, it can never, because they said that the road to use IPOB to recognize as an organization, and it is a very difficult task. But after they made official formal declaration, it's going to be very easy. The question is, who are on this template today? Who are maintaining this standard of the UN? Who are maintaining the standard of the Montevideo Convention? Who are the ones that are maintaining the standard of the Vienna Convention, the Geneva Convention? It's only United States of Biafra we declare with the documents that are the one in charge of the Biafran people. For us to understand that everything that we are doing here, Papa and plain, with open mind and open hand. We must continue. Officer AJ said, #Biafra, #Free Biafra, Prime Minister Simon Ebanjoko, a prisoner of conscience in Finland. Thank you so much. The same thing he wrote about Nigeria also. And also, it's a high time we start getting this word. That the meaning of one Nigeria is a death sentence to every indigenous person. The meaning of one Nigeria is what? Death sentence to every indigenous people. Please always remember to do that in the comment section. So we must continue into what we're doing. Let's continue. Here is breakdown of why and what kind of recognition they might achieve. Remember the headline. Though. Here is a breakdown of why and what kind of recognition they might achieve. There is kind of one that we achieve. Let us see if that one that we achieve is easy or very hard. Let us see, my people. Number one, the requirement for the stakeholder Montevideo Convention has appeared again. Under all these laws that talk about a new country, they all refer to Montevideo Convention as the first criteria for you to become a sovereign state. As you can see, as the understanding may go, under the privilege of the international law, through the declaration as conflict in the 1933 Montevideo Convention as an entity must process the follow criteria to be called what? A state. There is example here. What you will do and what you will not do for you to get what? The international recognition. Because how things are being worked is the way we must follow. We will not follow our own. We will not, at this level where we are not going to follow our own. We're not going to follow our own thinking, our own way of doing stuff. That is why I told you that we must follow the existing protocol. We must follow the international global community, what they want us to do. Listen again before I start posting it.
This is a complex question at the heart of international law and separatist movements.
For you to know that Ipob
no,
is not
not
a
in the
country.
traditional sense of recognition as a sovereign state. International recognition of a new country, statehood, is based on established legal criteria that are difficult, if not impossible, for a non-state organization like Ipob to meet without a formal declaration of independence and, critically, without effective control over a defined territory. Here is a breakdown of why and what kind of recognition they might achieve. 1. The requirements for statehood, Montevideo Convention. Under the prevailing international law theory, the declarative theory as codified in the 1933 Montevideo Convention, an entity must possess the following criteria to be considered a state. Requirement. Explanation. Ipob, agitation status. 1. Permanent population. A stable community of people. Met. Ipob represents the Igbo people. 2. Defined territory. Control over a specific geographical area. Not met. The territory, Biafra, remains internationally recognized as part of Nigeria. 3. Effective government. A functional authority capable of exercising internal control and order, without relying on the assistance of foreign powers. Not met. Ipob does not exercise sovereign administrative control, e.g., collecting taxes, maintaining courts, controlling police, over the territory. 4. Capacity to enter relations. The ability to conduct international affairs with other states. Not met. This ability is generally restricted to states recognized by others. The missing link. Without declaring independence and successfully establishing an effective government that exercises control over a defined territory, Ipob remains a non-state actor, a separatist organization, operating within the sovereign jurisdiction of the Nigerian state. 2. The role of a declaration of independence. A declaration is crucial because it is the formal legal act that signals the organization's intent to transition from a non-state actor to a state. It creates the legal basis for claiming sovereignty. It is a prerequisite for any other state to seriously consider granting formal recognition. Without it, recognizing the group would be seen as an illegal interference in the internal affairs of a recognized member state, Nigeria. 3. The type of recognition Ipob can achieve. While Ipob cannot achieve formal state recognition without fulfilling the criteria above, its long-term agitation can lead to other forms of international visibility and influence. Type of recognition. What it means. Impact. Political recognition. High-level media attention. Debates in foreign parliaments, and public statements from influential politicians or non-governmental organizations, NGOs. Increases global awareness, putting pressure on the Nigerian government regarding human rights issues and the treatment. Not applicable to the state itself, but Ipob can achieve status as an international political movement or a territorial contender. Allows Ipob to lobby at international forums like the UN Human Rights Council and gives its leadership a degree of political legitimacy among the global diaspora. Focus on self-determination. Recognition of the right to self-determination of the people it represents, as outlined in international conventions. This is often the core of their strategy. While international law protects this right, it rarely mandates secession unless the people are under colonial rule or are severely oppressed without meaningful internal political participation. In summary, for Ipob to gain formal international recognition as a country, it must first execute a declaration of independence and then demonstrate that it has effective, long-term control over the claimed territory, thereby meeting the requirements of statehood. Without those steps, its recognition will remain limited to the political and advocacy spheres.
I hope you are listening. I know why I allow you to play fool. I know why I allow you to go this way because ihe awe ihe agbala aka dịrị eji enye ele ya. Uche Kano, are you listening? Biafran child the way Kwensu, are you listening? Trace of Mamadou Abo, are you listening? Chiomo Ekoma, all this group that has claiming, I want you to see it from today, from the starting point. There's no amount of all these things that they are doing, they are not fighting for you. They only want to confuse you. So continue their interest of making and getting money from you. The key starting point of everything to become a country starts from the declaration of a new country. Even other people are agitated a little bit and they made the declaration today their country is more than we. From 1967 to 2025, we are still after Supreme Court Megbojuku. Was agitation. And this agitation has never brought the limelight of the recognition to the movement. And up to now, you cannot rethink. And we are here to bring it out to you. That's why remove your envy in your mind. Remove your jealousness and listen to the truth. So you may focus on the right path. The only right path you have this time around is United States of Biafra re-declared. Is the only option for you. I'm not the one giving the option. But based on the criteria, based on the existing protocol, based on the international global community, based on the Montevideo Convention of 1933, based on the criteria of the Geneva Convention, all this has proved it right of the United States of Biafra re-declared that only one that is legal for you that is going to get recognition. They have already given you Biafra because when you accepted that Biafra has become a country within you, then those who you are waiting to recognize you will also recognize you on that name you are, on the name of your state. You are not going to first go and get recognition before you start answering the name of a country. No. You will already be an existing country. A declaration is a notification. A declaration is a notification to the international global community that you have become a sovereign state. That now, after the declaration of being a sovereign state, then you have to do what? Go to process of what? Getting recognition. But the starting key point is agitation of a group of people, proving under self-determination. There is marginalization, there is intimidation, there is human rights abuse, there is everything in between. All these things are proven within your agitation time. Then for you to show the world that you know what you want, you got to make a declaration. That is how your child or your son went to school, also graduated, to prove that he understands the matter of going to that school, that one day he must graduate. That is how everything is. It is like you forming a party that wants you to contest for anything at all. What are you not? Why are you not thinking? Why are you not reasoning? Why are you still being there, gallivanting around, claiming IPOB that can never? For how many do you want to make to prove to people that you want Biafra, without you proving that Biafra by yourself? That is why the United States of Biafra has proved it to every reasonable doubt. That is why he said Simon, because he come to end you. I remember a slave, the criminal called Mikel Nguruago, saying that Simon, if I say you're not doing it right, I'm a madam, but stop, you are running speed. Because Simon has come to end their criminality. Simon has come to end their criminality. The way that the youth of every country in Africa have to rise to end up these things that are these old fools, that a man of 80 years, 90 years will be your president. They said that you are leaders of tomorrow. When are you going to lead? When you become 90 or 80? How? The corruption that we are facing is because of these old fools that are governing Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, many countries in the world today refuse to change. It's because of this impunity. Because of this old fool. The people of Cameroon must stand and protest to end these old colonial masters that's used by force to colonize us in the place we claim is our own country. What ends if you know that Ibrahim Traore took over through military regime? Tell me today the Burkina Faso of those years and Burkina Faso of this time, which one is the best one? Can you tell me in the comment section? Burkina Faso of today and Burkina Faso of last 10 years ago, which one is the best one? The Africa to move on, number one, is in the hands of the Biafran people. Number two, is also in your hand for you to rise up and fight for your right. Is also the right of you to fight, to stand on their mandate. Answering DOS cannot make you to the world to recognize you as a country official. Thank you so much. Our people always hated that one who will do a good job for them. The DOS gangsters, they are no longer relevant. Our declaration of United States of Biafra end up all their impunity. Our declaration of what? United States of Biafra ends their impunity. Do you know that? These are the part of things that we all must understand. Do not be confused and be deceived anymore. IPOB is not a name of a country. And IPOB, because of that, because of you answer IPOB, can never draw a pity to the international global community, no matter how Nigeria by us. But standing on the name of the United States of Biafra will draw attention and the pity of the world to know that they are killing people under self-determination that have made their declaration of their new country. There is things that needed an action. That's as you are right now. I ask you, for how many years do you think that the agitation will continue before we become a country? For how many years, if you fall back, do you think other fall back? They told you that there was waiting for who? Simon Ekpa. Today, the fall back are the one raining insult, abuse to the Obatobi, the Prime Minister. Because he told them, Ngozi Arabeze is the one I know and whatever she's doing. And also, I want to use this video to ask our government question. There's a time that people of Amazonia make it openly when Jaya, but through his deputy, proves to the Amazonia that he is a man, that this government council is where I stand for. For how long? That USB, or is anything wrong, or the law of Finland will not allow now Obatobi has been sentenced that he is free to visiting and give his voice out? Or is it not the same law that's holding Joe Ayaba in no way? Is the same law holding Simon Ekpa? And Joe Ayaba make a declaration, use his mouth to address his people. We are here to tell the bitter truth and ask questions. I am asking questions. This is my own personal opinion. As an indigene of United States of Biafra. If Obato Obie from Finland speak to us through our government, is it a crime? Maybe I will find out. I will dig down to know. If the government of USB visited Obato Obie, is it going to, and tell him, look at where we are right now, is it going to be a crime? Because one thing will end all these things. We have already know. Now they have told us, they are calling our Prime Minister, ordinary, they're calling him Simon Eba. It's when you know the tension, when Obato Obie is here with us, he removed the name of our PM and put his own name. It's from this moment you start thinking. And if you are claiming you are in Bridgie fall back. Bridgie fall back. Gangsters are haters of Simon Ekpa before Ngozi Orabueze. Those that never want Simon Ekpa out, Mazda Khan out, are the haters of Simon Ekpa. That is the way it is. Those that are the haters of Simon Ekpa are the haters of Ngozi Orabueze, who has done something that will bring Obato Obie out. My people, in this movement that we are into, for I asked this question, nobody wants to answer. Between 2012 to 2025, is it how many years? A child that was being given birth 2012 to 2025, is it how many years? Can someone help me to answer? Are you there? What is the age of this child that was being given birth 2012 till today? Let's just take from 2012 first. Let's leave every other thing, because I know why. Because I know when I had the voice of Simon Njoko, my voice of Mazen and the Khan, and I know when I take that thing they call oath in IPOB. I did not take oath of not stand on the truth or the truth side, not seeing the reality to stand on it. I took an oath to stand on truth in the 4 cardinal points of this movement by Mazen and the Khan being laid out. You must speak truth at all time. You must remain fearless in front of you, and even though the truth will lead to death. You must help the need. These are the criteria from our president, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that nobody will deny it from him. The name IPOB can never get us Biafra as a country without coming out, leave the name IPOB, make a declaration of a new country, and stand on the mandate of that new country that was being declared. Uchechi Okukano, Chike Doziem, and all those who claim that the IPOB organization. You are just like a mere political party. That is how the international global community sees. That is why they will not interfere. What gives them right now to interfere in the case of Simon Ekpa, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is our official declaration of United States of Biafra. Is what gives them the equal rights and equal chance for them to come in right now, to join us, to talk about Biafra. That is why in Africa, that is why in South Africa, in the South Africa Summit, they talk about Biafra. You heard it from the mouth of the Kenya president. Exactly, precisely. In Burkina Faso, you heard it from them also. And you also see Biafra government of USB in Burkina Faso, representing and seeking for diplomatic movement, dropping our official relation document to the government of Burkina Faso. And today you can see them talk about Biafra. For how long do you want to continue to be a child in your own house? When are you going to man up as a man to defend and protect your family? When are you going to know that Obi is no longer a boy? For how long are you going to be here without reasoning yourself and face the reality? The consequence of you delaying or sabotaging will be upon your head. The consequence of you sabotaging the movement of the University of Biafra will be upon your head, and it can never stop us from getting international recognition, because we have met the criteria of the international global community. And there is only one government that met this international global community criteria. The international global community template, the international global community protocol to be observed is only USB. It's only United States of Biafra are the one that has met this criteria. That is only one that met what? This particular criteria. Not any other group. Not any other individuals. Before you will start forming to have a government, then that you are going to register. Then before you make a declaration and seek for recognition, we have moved and become a country. That is why it's good. That's why you need to understand that overtake is allowed. When someone overtake you, if you struggle too much, you get accident, and here we go. All of you are having accidents today. All of you who claim in your different groups that we are fighting for Biafra, you are only looking a way to make the indigenous people's money. That is all you are doing. In this criteria to become a country, you have never met even one. The missing link of IPOB, the missing link. Without a declaration of independence and successfully establish an effective government, I want to know what IPOB is missing, and they cannot get it right again. Because the United States of Biafra, Simon Ekpanjoko, the Prime Minister, has got it right. He did not miss this link that IPOB was missing from time immemorial. That is the link they miss. But how about Obi grab that link and use it to put us where we are today? What is that thing that is missing in IPOB? Without declaring of a nation independence, successfully establish an effective government that exercise control over a defined territory. Did IPOB define Biafran territory? The answer is no. Did they make a declaration? The answer is no. Do they have effective government? The answer is no. IPOB remains an non-state actor under political movement. IPOB remains what? IPOB remains a non-state actor, a separatist organization operating within the sovereign judition of the Nigeria state. That is how they see all of you. A declaration makes you an official country, that you are not longer under the existing country, like Nigeria. Imakwan, you don't know the road. When you see the person who knows the road, you are envy, you are jealous snakes come to destroy you. That is why I'm sorry for you. Because Ngozi Arabeze is following the footsteps of total freedom. Official AJ, thank you so much for that. Official, I asked one question, I need an answer. Someone to help me to calculate. I asked her about between 2012 to 2025. Is it how many years? I want to know, please. I want it in the comment section. Please. I hope you understand it clearly. I hope you are understanding this fact clearly. Now, we play, we pause, we explain it before we close.
This is a complex question at the heart of international law and separatist movements. The short answer is no, not in the traditional sense of recognition as a sovereign state. International recognition of a new country.
There is nothing IPOB we do. Oh, coach is saying 13 years. A child that was being born over 13 years, is he still remain in primary school? Coaches offer to you, are welcome. Thank you so much. A child that was being born over 13 years, that child, is he still in primary school up to now? That is where IPOB is. No moving forward. They only remain one place. Now, when they see someone that's you went the same school with, that person was be able to. I remember my age when I tried to enter secondary school. I was 12 years into SS1. Yes, 30 years. Official, thank you. Official AJ, thank you so much. So think of someone who has been agitating for 12 years. 12 years is what? Is above 1 decade. But Namibia used 2 decades, 10 years to move out from, to do all the can. In the next, the other one, they become a country and establish themselves. Now, if you go back to check out from 1999 for Wazirike till today, is that how many years? That is why our people need, I thank you that are following the moving trend. I thank you that are not succumbing to all this shenanigans. You that stand on the truth, that you know the truth will set you free. Of moving with one aga, of standing on the declaration that makes you a sovereign state. That's what it is. Agitating for 12 good years, 13 years, without a declaration. And you still remember where you are, under Nigeria. No, every year you are agitating. Every year you are agitating. That is all you know. And they are killing you. You won't find a solution. Because, let me ask you this question. When we all was in IPOB, for those that are coming in social media, have you heard from any of them explaining about Montevideo Convention to us? Have you? Have you had any of them explaining about Geneva Convention? Have you seen them explaining UN Charter? The rest of Vienna Convention. That is why they don't know the road. Yes. I started following the movement from 2012. Sorry, from 2012. That is why I started counting from when I was following the movement. Till today. And you want me to remain one place. And you are contributing money. You are claiming you are IPOB. I am sorry for you. When it's come to the internal of the other way around, everybody is an IPOB. Because I am an indigenous person of Biafra. But I am no longer a member of registered organization called IPOB. Our declaration demoralizes and stop all these groups being in existence into the movement that we are into.
Statehood is based on established legal criteria that are difficult, if not impossible, for a non-state organization like IPOB to meet without a formal declaration of independence and, critically, without effective control over a defined territory.
Listen. International law, international recognition of a new country, state code, is based on the established legal criteria that are difficult. They make it openly on this particular place. If not possible for a non-state organization like IPOB, to meet with a formal declaration, they never met anything like the declaration of a new country. They do not. Of independence. Have they any one day understand and explain the declaration? Do you have a declaration from anything called IPOB member? Till today, have you? Even who come to bend his mouth and speak English. Have you heard it from their mouth? Have you understand this? Have they even explained to us from day one till today? Answering indigenous person does not make you a country. Answering indigenous person does not make you a country until you went to criteria that makes you a country. Being a member of a party does not make you a president of a country until you go to the official process of a country for you to become a president. For you to become a president, you must go to the criteria that leads to that. One thing leads to another thing. You cannot use one thing and remain where you are. Ya we ndeba inde ekwu na Bible na mkpụrụ osisi ọba na amụghị nke mana a ga-egbutu ya. The declaration of Biafra, the re-declared of United States of Biafra, killed this name called IPOB organization. But the meaning of the indigenous person is there. That is, are those in the United States of Biafra right now that has defined the territory of Biafra under Simon Ekpanjoko and Ngozi Orebeze. Continue as an IPOB. Do you know how many people that have been paid because of the name of IPOB? Do you know how many people that have been paid because of the name of IPOB? Let us continue. Critical without effective control over a defined territory. IPOB, have they defined the territory of Biafra? When IPOB organization and which MF4 and all of them was with Mazi Kanu, there is a man who always come and ask Mazi Kanu, what is their defined territory? When Obato Obie demolished the Okoko, put him inside seaway, Mazi Kanu, that time till today, we never heard about show us your map, give us your territory. Have you heard it again from anybody? The only thing they will tell you today, when you are putting in this territory, you did not consult me. You have, if you don't have one vote. When Atiku Abubakar doesn't want to become a Nigeria, doesn't want to become a part of Cameroon, he has only one vote. The only one vote brought him to become a Nigeria. So you can vote as you want to be a Nigeria. Nobody's holding you. Then you now pack and go to Nigeria and leave us alone. Do you think that your one-man vote can stop recognition? You don't know. Do they tell that, oh, there is something that will stop the after declaration? Do you have there is something that will stop the declaration for people to recognize? Yes, go choose. Anybody that knows the meaning of that name IPOB supposed to know that the declaration of USB overshadow IPOB. You see, the example is very simple. When a president who contests election under a structure, under a party name, once the election, what happened? The country name shadows the organization or the party or the structure. Is it not true? Can a country name, can a party name shadows a name of a country? IPOB organization is like just a party name. The other way around. So now the United States of Biafra has overshadowed it as the name of a country. For how many years are you want to be continue as an IPOB? Ifre on a mekwagi. No. After Mazen Kanu told all of us to follow, not them, use that word, that Mazen Nandi Okukano, the president of United States of Biafra, told all of us to follow Simon Ekpa. They refuse because they have all know that Simon will end the criminality, the impunity, the stealing of one of the Biafran people, the business they use the struggle to do. That is why they did not follow him. That is why. A name IPOB stands to me, see, like APC, PDP, APOGA. A name IPOB registered because you see APC is registered organization in Nigeria. PDP is registered. APOGA is registered. They have membership. Having a membership of APC, does this perceive you as a Nigeria? I want to know why I'm using Nigeria so you may understand it clearly. So you be a member of IPOB does not supersede United States of Biafra as a country, or that name you mentioned, Biafra. Biafra supersede all these names. Every group today, Biafra supersede you. That is how United States of Biafra supersede you. But go to America. The names they use in the times of the election. After now, Donald Trump won election, he's using the name of the party to govern America or to president America. The answer is no. He used the name what? US. United States of America is what he's using. That name will supersede every other party name. So IPOB is a party name, whether you like it or not. It can never because of your IPOB member, automatically you have become a country, you have become a state. No. You must pass the criteria to become a state. Like I said, nobody ever knew in life. When our fathers was living, they never knew that in 1914, a name called Nigeria will emerge. The same way you never believe that Biafra, that United States of Biafra is the name of a country right now. People learn how to call Nigeria as a country then now. Is it not true? In the existence of you in the eastern region, as old eastern region, in the whatever you may call it, do your forefather know that there is a time that in a year of 1914 or in a year of 1804, in a year of even 1991, they never believed that a name called Nigeria is coming. They never believed that. The same way you never believe in this name, United States of Biafra. Okay, now that have met all the criteria and they give us recognition. Now that we have met all the criteria, that thing that is missing from the so-called IPOB is what Abato be a grab and move ahead. Type on your phone. Go to archive. Just type. Between a group that make declaration of a new country, and the one with over long time agitation without a declaration, who are they going to recognize as a country? Now, go in there. Go to Geneva Convention. Just type Geneva Convention first. It will appear. Then start typing under it. Under Geneva Convention, a group that makes a declaration of a country and the one that did not make a declaration of a country, under this international law, who is he going to recognize as a country? Type it, you read by yourself. That thing they don't want us to know how we will do it is what I'm bringing to you. Do it, it's assignment. Then tell me what you will see in a common word what they told, even on just on the Google map. Because Geneva Convention, Vienna Convention, UN Charter, all these things are under they are all there. Go and search. Just type it a little bit. You use your hand to know that you are doing yourself more harm than good. The best teacher is what you teach yourself. A good teacher is that one who teaches himself first before coming to teach you. Exactly. The education answer DOS. At the time when Never come, he just beat all of you hands down. He formed Bridge and told that this is COS, the present word that the world are using in this 21st century. It can about DOS. Go and type what DOS mean. So you see where you will fall. Our people need to learn. We need to understand. Yes, coaches, what he said is the truth. They don't know the time that we are into. They don't know it at all at all. They never knew the time that we are into. Let's ask this question. Do you know in life that there's a time a country called Namibia will become a country? Do you, if you know, tell me. Do you know there's a time a country called Bangladesh come out? After we have fought for our own independence and lose it. Do you know that? There is a day every country becomes a country in this world. They follow this. That is why I am telling you that there is an existing options that has been there already before us. Now let us go into a breakdown of this. How they will get recognition or they will not. This IPOB. And what kind of recognition are they looking for? Nothing. Nothing they will ever get.
Here is a breakdown of why and what kind of recognition they might achieve. 1. The requirements for statehood, Montevideo Convention.
The requirement for you to be a country, it now refers you to what? Montevideo Convention of 1933, as amended then.
Under the prevailing international law theory, the declarative theory, as codified in the 1933 Montevideo Convention, an entity must possess the following criteria to be considered a state.
Are you hearing it? Under the privilege of international law, the declaration of a new country must be under 1933 Montevideo Convention. An entity must process the following criteria to be considered a country. There is a criteria. What are those criteria of IPOB? They never know about it. 1, in the headline, requirement, examination, IPOB agitation status. Listen to this. So let me see if any of them warrant to call them or the world to say, oh, IPOB now is a country.
Requirement. Explanation. IPOB, agitation status. 1. permanent population, a stable community of people. Met, IPOB represents the Igbo people.
Yes.
2. Defined territory, control over a specific geographical area. Not met, the territory, Biafra, remains internationally recognized as part of Nigeria.
Do you hear that they said not met this criteria to become a country, IPOB? They never met this criteria to become a country. The territory, Biafra, remains internationally recognized as part of what? Nigeria. But United States of Biafra declared is no longer part of Nigeria because of what? Meeting this what? They have met what? Number one, a permanent population. 1. Number 2, a stable community of people that are in Old Anambra, in Old Imo, in Old Abia, in Old Enugu, in Old Akwa Ibom, and name it all. Now, Met, IPOB represents, do you see, they said IPOB represents Igbo. Yeah, yo, IPOB represents the indigenous people. You know, what is done with them that they don't have time to research, they don't have time to think. Fabua, IPOB, everyone will come out. A lot of things is wrong with them. A lot of things are wrong with them. A lot of things. Envy and jealousness, criminals. They want to make money. They want to become popularity. That is why they come in. Those that never have job in their first time, those that did not school, those illiterate, those hoteliers, none of them. Go and check. That is why he suffered so much. Let me tell you one thing. Nelson Mandela, when he fought for that regime, he come out. His wife is not there. And the wife did not come and carry it on the head, claiming what we are claiming. Fool, go and learn from history of those who their category are level of Mazen and the can. Go and check Rahman of Bangladesh, the wife. Go and check Magahandi of India, Uchecho Pukano, the history of their wives and what they did. Go and check Kenya. Go and check Namibia. Go and check Eritrea. Go. Foolish woman. He thought IPOB one family. He thinks that it's a family matter. It's not. It's all about a country that anybody can come in to pilot the affair, not you. It's no longer in the IPOB when a father will become a coordinator, a daughter or wife will become a treasurer. You think that you and your family members will continue like that. Fools everywhere. Check history. Stop disgracing yourself in the eyes of the international global community, watching what is happening. Stop disgracing yourself. My people, our line is open in case if anybody want to call in to support what we're saying this evening. The number to call remain +9 7 3 6 0 5 1 3 7. I repeat, +9 7 3 6 0 5 1 3 7. In case if you want to call us, our line is open on this junction. Do you hear it? That IPOB never met the criteria to become a country. And ask yourself, when are they going to meet this criteria? When are they going to move to meet this criteria to become a country? The criteria is IPOB check 1933 Montevideo Convention. Check those criteria. You never met anyone. The only person who pushed to meet that criteria is only Simon Ekpanjoko, now referred to United States of Biafra under the leadership of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the COS, the Deputy Prime Minister of people of United States of Biafra. IPOB, when are you going to meet the criteria on the international global community for you to become a country? Obi is a boy. Every year, candy. IPOB, when are you going to meet criteria to become a country? Is the question we are asking. Tell us, by what time you are going to meet this criteria that you never met from day one? The international global community are proving to you that you never met criteria. That is why they allow you to buy anyhow. And many of our people has died because of this name called IPOB. Honestly, when we finally get our recognition that we are looking for in Biafra land, we will ban that name, that organization called IPOB. It will never exist because it brings calamity. They use that name to steal Biafran people too much. Open fake pages everywhere. Open fake accounts everywhere. Collecting money from the Biafran people. That thing does not supposed to exist. Honestly. Forget that one, IPOB, of the indigenous people of Biafra. Eh? They never met any. Listen, it's not even only this one. Control over specific geographical area. They never met it at all. No met the territory. Biafra remains international recognition as part of Nigeria. Are you hearing it? Now, again, effective government, a functioning authority capable of exercising internal control and order without laying on the assessment of foreign power. IPOB continue remaining on international global government. You are a fool remaining on that foreign power to come and save you. Now, they said here, not met. IPOB does not met exercising sovereignty of a country. They did not meet the criteria. Administrative control, e.g., collecting tasks, maintaining courts, controlling police over the territory. They have never even come close at all. They never built army. Thought of building police. But today, United States of Biafra are training well-trained police and well-trained army today. That you are not seeing social media. That is expected to be a country. Capacity to enter into relations. Because of your IPOB, do you think that you will enter into relationship with other countries? Pure lie. Now, their ability to conduct international affairs with other states, with other countries, look at here, not met. Their ability is generally resistance to state recognition by others. They never met the criteria for them to be coming into other countries to recognize them. Pure lie. They see you as a what? As a mere political movement, other one Nigeria. Fools! Repent. The missing link of IPOB. They miss what? Without the declaration of independency for a new country and successfully establish an effective government that exercises the control over a defined territory, IPOB remains non-state actor, a separatist organization operating within the sovereignty of jurisdiction of Nigeria state. You come and ask me, you declare your own now. I know something Nigeria. No. On the truth matter of the history of the law of the international global community, once you make a declaration, you are not a declaration to prove that outright of you not being under one Nigeria again. That is what Master told them, that I am fighting to leave Nigeria totally. That is the meaning of a declaration of a new country. Officially, what we did openly. That's what it simply means. It's no longer under Nigeria. Now we are fighting. They now said that after the creation of a new country, that the new country territory will be under dispute with existing country that they want to live from. They are living from. The international global community understand it very well. Let us continue. Do you hear it here? Here is very important. The missing link of IPOB. What they missed since all this time. Over 13 years of agitation. Without declaring independence of a new country and successfully establish an effective government. You think that DOS is a government? Is what you think? DOS is a body of what? Organization. No country, their government answer DOS. You never know that. No country that is their government answer what? DOS. Go and check. Fast check yourself. And stop being deceived. Operating within the sovereignty of jurisdiction of what? The Nigeria state. That is why everything that was happening in the past, no country is talking about it. Because they see it as internal. IPOB crisis agitation is internal affair of Nigeria. That is why Ibrahim Tore will tell you now that the movement of the Biafra Nigeria is no longer internal affair of Nigeria because of this our official declaration. Go and check history. Go and learn. Teach yourself and come outside. Don't be a fool. Let's continue.
3. Effective government. A functional
Listen. Okay, let us
authority
finish it.
capable of exercising internal control and order without relying on the assistance of foreign powers. Not met. IPOB does not exercise sovereign administrative control,
Are you hearing
e.g.,
it?
collecting taxes, maintaining courts, controlling police over the territory. 4. Capacity to enter relations. The ability to conduct international affairs with other states. Not met. This ability is generally restricted to states recognized by others. The missing link.
Listen. The only thing IPOB passed is to wear barrettes, red and red. That is the only thing they passed. To wear uniform, red and red. And once they are Biafra, their government with red and red parade and the polo. That's the high IPOB. That is the criteria they met. Are you not ashamed of yourself for over 13 years that you cannot present yourself as a country? Somebody who come under 5 years present Biafra now as a country, and your envy and your stupidity, your jealousness only carrying placards out and doing protests on what you know is just a mere political movement that can never draw attention of the international global community. Now, the role of the Declaration of Independence.
Without declaring independence and successfully establishing an effective government that exercises control over a defined territory, IPOB remains a non-state actor, a separatist organization, operating within the sovereign jurisdiction of the Nigerian state.
After 13 years, this is how the international global community sees IPOB. Child, what a shame. They see as we are not serious. And now, I'm not even talking of those who fall back. The same eyes they used to see IPOB is the same way they see fallback people. The same way they see RCC. They are all in the same category. None of them meant well for you. They only want to remain in position where you see them as those who have what you don't have, while that you have more than them. Instead of you to calm down, rethink, ask yourself questions, find an answer, then you are there flowing them sheepishly. Let's continue.
2. The role of a Declaration of Independence.
Listen.
A declaration is crucial because it is the formal legal act that signals the organization's intent to transition from a non-state actor.
When we are in bridge, what happened? When we are in bridge, what happened? Now we are talking about the role of a Declaration of Independence. Do you know the IPOB of one Nigeria never know that there's something called Declaration of Independence? They don't know about it. Who teach them? IPOB never know that there is a road to declaration of independence. Please put a charger on the speaker. They never know about that. That is why you see them messing up everywhere. They only know how to wear red parade. Like when you see Chamaka Ajay this time and start wearing that nonsense. That is only one thing they all know. That is it. Nothing else. Wearing red parade is it going to give you Biafra? Do you know that when you wear it, that the international community will look at you and say, okay, now you are a country. You will Biafra. Thank you so much. I can see you. Divine, I can see you. My people, the role of a declaration of independence, you must declare it. You must. You must declare a new country. You must make a declaration of a new country. You must. If you want the world to intervene into your matter. A declaration is a crucial because it is the formal legal act. A protest is not a formal legal act. A formal legal act that signed that organization entering to transition from a non-state actor to a state actor. A non-state actor to a what? To a state actor. That you are now in your own state and you are actor in your own state. They say it is illegal. It is. It is what? Pure legal for you to become what? Your own, be in your own state. You must make a declaration of a new country. Officially. Then the world know that there is a transition from the group to transit into a country. After a declaration is a notification of transition into a new country. Ndi fallback, ndi IPOB, ndi RCC, ndi Faces Unite. This is what it is. A declaration is a crucial because it is the formal legal act. The organization entering into transition from a non-state act to a state. You know, our people, even those who are Nigerians, never knew what's called declaration because Nigeria did not have a declaration document. They only have amalgamation document from a white man, like Emmanuel. Coming here to write trash. Why can't you go and open YouTube and read very well now? Wabonzo. Let's continue. Why I am doing this for them to know that I am not just making a story. That this is an international law. This is an international criteria for you to have a new country. Agitation over 13 years, more than 13 years. You continue to agitate. Every day is all you know. Protest without action. The action is making a declaration of a new country. That is the action. Please on the speaker. Sorry, my people, we are coming. Why am I doing this way? So for all the doubting Thomas. And when I'm doing, I will tell you how you can go and get what I'm doing right now. It's not in the hidden. Once I bring it, I make it openly to you. So you understand it clearly. Then the declaration it creates the legal base for claiming sovereignty. The declaration makes you to claim that you are what? A country. That is why you must first recognize yourself first. Not the international community to come and recognize you as a country in the fallback, in the IPOB. Oh, we are going to congressmen. Our lobby. Elias, you know, Israel you need to see vote. Because Elias see you as a big fool, as a big non-entity that he will use and shine, he used to make money. Then he continuously using you. Us here, a non-state actor to a state actor, it creates the legal base for claiming sovereignty. Now it becomes under legal. Once you make a declaration of a new country, it becomes legal. That you are what you are claiming. Now there is a written law that guides you under self-determination, under Montevideo Convention, under Geneva Convention, under Vienna Convention, under the UN Charter. Go and check. It is a precedent for any other state to seriously consider getting formal recognition. Now we make a declaration. What else again? You are waiting to get what? Recognition as a country, because a state recognize a state. In the terms of this state here, it means a country recognize a country. A country do what? Recognize a country. Seriously considering getting formal recognition. Without it, without a declaration, recognizing the group would be seen as an illegal interference into the internal affair of the recognized member state, Nigeria. It is a precedent for other states to seriously consider getting formal recognition. Without declaration of a new state, recognition, the group will be seen as an illegal interfering into the internal affair of recognized member state like Nigeria. That is why this time around that you can see in African Summit in South Africa, they openly, first time ever, they openly said that Nigeria and Biafra matter is no longer internal affair. What gives them the power? What gives them the power is our declaration document that we don't want to become a Nigeria anymore. That document of our real declaration is on their table. That is why they can make such a comment that is no longer. But without that, with what IPOB is doing, they see it as to interfere into Nigeria affair, that they have no right to interfere into it. They don't have right to interfere into the matters of what? IPOB. Because IPOB, they see it as what? As Nigeria affair. So they don't have right. But with this official declaration, the whole world, every country has rights right now under UN Charter to come to Biafra, talk about Biafra as a country. That is why you are seeing NATO chairman from Austria celebrating with us, talking about Biafra, asking the world to recognize Biafra, asking Finland to release Simon, our prime minister, because this our declaration document give him the right to talk about Biafra as a sovereign state. Let's continue.
The legal basis for claiming sovereignty. It is a prerequisite for any other state to seriously consider granting formal recognition. Without it, recognizing the group would be seen as an illegal interference in the internal affairs of a recognized member state, Nigeria.
Do you hear that? That is why you need to know that claim, all this IPOB is claiming is Babadash. What you see Chiamaka General social media is Babadash. All these groups that you are seeing today, what they are doing, nobody will take them serious. Now that there is a declaration of a what? That is why the NATO chairman making program on his own, Sonny Akwarawa and Dogegre rush him today. The man has know the truth. The man has know what's supposed to know, that there was a formal declaration of Biafra on November 29, 2024. That is why he turned back to the government right now. The government, our declaration give him every right to talk about Biafra at all times, and nobody will take him to court because of our declaration. I told you here that it was our. Today they are cutting ties with the man. And who are you to cut ties with the man? Or the man cut ties with you because he dumped you when he finally know the truth. That also should open the eyes of those claiming fallback. What that NATO chairman did is an eye-opener to you. That even this also, there is first eye-opener. When Ogenkere told you that he is going to see the congressman, how many of them do you see? Not only Elias, is it Elias who claimed to be your lobby? Is the congressman, if I may ask you. Ogenkere, who claimed to be Elias, who claimed to be your lobby, is it the congressman? Let's Ogenkere open his gutter and shameless and told you that the congressmen, they are serious in what they want to do, but they are watching you in television. You are a fool. You are listening to that. Are you not a fool? That is an eye opener to you. The congressmen understand the Ogenkere did not have a declaration paper of the country that he claimed to. That a name bridge can never get recognition for a country. Like the same way IPOB can never get recognition for Biafra as a country. You never know that. And now fall back and shame on you. That thing is an eye open. Then you who is into fallback, can't you see that the man, the NATO chairman, has understand fully that there is a declaration of Biafra with a document that leads to international recognition, that give him power to talk about Biafra under USB government. And now where is him? He is championing with those are the members of the United States of Biafra living in Austria. It was how Haiti. Those who are following you cannot reason, cannot ask a question. Ask a question. Try to rethink. Try to do what? Rethink. It is very important. It is what? Very important into what we are doing. My people. The game has changed. It's no longer into agitation, but now it's into getting what? Recognition that ends everything. After recognition, then we will now go to our own personal internal conflict, but it must come. It must do what? Come. This one you are seeing social media is a child's play. For when we get recognition, we want to establish and build the kind of Biafra that our constitution proved to us. Then that is when you know what is underground and what will happen then. But until we get there, let's get this recognition first. Everything will fall into what we are doing. So my people, like I said, our line, we have only 10 minutes to go. Our line is open for phone call in case if you want to call us. If you want to call, the number to call still remain +973360513337. If you want to call on this program, you are free to do that. You are free to call to bring your own advice or your own support. From tomorrow, we have done 1 and 2. From tomorrow, we will continue from number 3. And the more things we have to add tomorrow on it. It is very important. It is for us to know. For them who are claiming. That is why it is good. Please, as you come, if you never like the program, there is a 3 dot in front of your phone on the right-hand side. Look on top of your screen. You will see a 3 dot. Open that 3 dots. Touch it once, it will open. You will see like. Please endeavor to do that. Because the more you like, maybe your like might send the program to their contact of those who claim IPOB, Bridge, RCC, First Sudan, Dosh. Please, Like. Give us the like, because the like, it doesn't remove anything from you. And also subscribe on the YouTube page. If you may, please subscribe. Turn notification on so whenever we come. We are not here for saga. This is the only information we are dishing out from this particular platform. We bring those hidden truths out. The authentic information, so you will know what the game is all about and the way we are and how you're supposed to move and those that are supposed to join this time around. There's many things that leads us to leave Nigeria. There's many things. It's happening every blessed day. They are all in social media. We are sending message to the world, to the America, to China, to Russia, to Israel, to Canada, to Sweden. All these continents in the world, Europe, Asia, we are only calling on you that under self-determination, that we have met all the criteria to become a full country. We are calling on you that the recognition of Biafra is the solution in the killing that is going on in Nigeria. We have our first caller. Hello, good evening, sir, from here.
Yeah, man, good evening from me too.
Yes, so you're welcome to the Okay, me, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
The other one,
Thank you, thank you.
I appreciate your good job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, those is in I go from man.
Yes, so.
I wish that this was in this year. Now we go to penetrate to the center of this IPOB Indian people. Now they come out. Indian picture mas, Indian picture mas na profile and a phone.
Exactly.
Claiming
it's protected. Let me give you the good news. At least from this platform, I have got up to 10 people that have called me and said, my brother, what you are doing has changed my life and my mind. After my program, yes, after my program, I get 2 calls direct, even on the voice note, which I will not play. They said, my brother,
yes,
I have learned my lesson, that I was wasting my time. That is also make me to, their call is what make me to research about this I'm doing this evening. Because I research based on our people are saying or what is in their mind. That's why I said, if you know that thing that you want people to know, give it to me. You give me 2 days, I will bring it out in authentic word, where you will see under international law.
Yeah. One of our brothers on this place, on the DOS cover. Last 2 weeks, so many duration na USB. Get a go.
Yeah.
All your preaching deliver that guy.
Okay.
I said the Mediclick.
Yeah.
Maka you want wakutoku Simon never on give them a problem. So I have to send in your program. Miku Goku Basa this program if na. Okay, say mechakwa boy na phone money apa kwa nkata nko say so many things. Also me and ku ezoku. This thing now na chaka go now. This unknown state out on here for now. E ma no nya waka abalibe na ndị senators niile ji wee na-akpọ Simon Ekparata on state out na red chamber ha.
Exactly. You are right.
If you can remember what is happening, if you can remember everything every time on the state out, especially this Abaribe.
Yeah.
How did you identify to our prime minister on the state out? No, and that is that thing that gave them the power to move to Finland and bring so many stories in.
Yes.
You testify to our prime minister because of that. How much that novel assignment happened? It may arrest before declare the Afana. Strength he can need a
Exactly.
So that is the reason why they moved to go and make someone arrest. Our prime minister arrest na Finland before I declare that Biafra. And wishing that na how many arrest na he declared the Biafra na man declares it again. Not knowing that na why can why can no munye di ya. They never expect this thing happen.
Yes.
So anybody now put on Nigeria against of this will declare in the river. If for that now, no one is with the saboteur and care can even in like the more wire. And I'm very happy that our leader have known because my go here and they declare go Biafra. And no here the news will be seeking.
Yes.
Here the news will be seeking. Oh my that now ever now people are coming for him to come and ask him. And the watch and so many people in Nigeria, politicians who for the number that the lady declare go Biafra. Now they have no. That is the reason why so many of them now starting up now.
Exactly.
No matter good no matter how much me our leader. Our leader almost for freedom.
Yeah.
But now they have realized that now declare go Biafra. And the Hamabu ni wada go fa. Ya mini from ha ya putazina. Ne kuzoku. Now the kind of banker. Now the kind of they will do this one. Now the kind of they will talk something about him. Because they have seen because that Nakon can go back to Nandikalo by how we play and gaffer.
Yeah.
Now after that was Drangana Kahaji when you say that now a man is go Biafra. Oh yeah, was if you mention the hatching age with on the back. Who said that Nanasoma because if that they did not declare Biafra, today now, if Roma say I got you and Jamopi game, everybody will say, but when if I game,
oh yes, you are right. Obuni may have the declaration of Biafra. In Hashima and the Kanobo, they want to just hang here after the sentence. That was the sentence of by hanging actually and the can. The declaration of number one thing. Then if that protest show Roman, if that protest of show child Jesus, are we Eban can know all the whole garbage media were there against Mass Simon Eba. That protest, can you forgive boy? That protest is number two things.
I want actually I'm going to go for that protest after. But that protest after American ambassador in Nigeria tweet that protest after.
Yes, now. Yes.
American ambassador tweet that protest after from Canada. Now by US that now no strong protest and the Nigeria government now adhikari violent to protest us. Now how they use military, police and the army. I'm going to Twitter this thing and the page back.
Yes.
So that every of the citizens have be very careful. But this protest happening for this all gonna viral because of for American United States of America they listen to hit with here, even not gonna viral well.
Oh, that protest, the message you prolong with the other self, that protest, yeah, because Obu name had the protest. I think because now I'm in the Kubeba study about this here political pressure or protest political pressure. Protest say prove that Mazda Kano is the choice of the people. That he is the choosing one.
Exactly.
That he's not a bad person.
Exactly.
That whatever he's that what he's doing, that the people understand and they appreciate it. That was simply me.
Exactly.
Remember, there was time I was asked our DPM on Plow, I asked her, please, ma, political pressure, when are you going to introduce it? Then we refer here to Bangladesh when they started their own. I had the Mado 5 in America, Mado 10 in the UK, Facebook, where mayor. That political pressure is two. There is three things about it. One is that it has now putting pressure on the international community. That is number one. Number two has to draw a pity, to pity that person and make the protest on behalf of. Then number three, is to send a signal na injustice on a human being. These are the three things protests represent. That is why it's very, very powerful under the international law, under the UN Charter. It is a very powerful weapon. That is it.
We need that protest. Yes. Because all of this protest and IPOB. Those IPOB should stop.
We need protest under the United States of Biafra to free Simon. That is what it is. And that's saying that when you go to this Geneva Convention or saying that a protest by all the organized country is a massive awareness and the international attention on the pity of the new country, which is the suffering of their of their leaders who was arrested, that draws a quick action, lead to recognition. How does it work together? You know, sometimes some people, even on the S handle, some of people misunderstand me because what I am saying, if you watch me now, I am no longer saying my own word. Because after our declaration, you need to move with what. That's why I told you go 247. In my private call with you go 247 before I finally left him. Finally, I told him that the template in our trouble, ordinary international global community, or say me, the template go the first diplomatic movement, political pressure, and what again legal. That is at the template. That the templates are Montevideo Convention, a permanent population, prove it, define territory, effective government, capacity to enter into relation with other countries. That these are the templates. The template is not about woto. The template we are using when we are in the structure or in organization of bridge is no longer in existence once a new country is being declared. You must go all out to choose what the template, the criteria, the existing protocol of the world that those who are fighting for the freedom have been using before you. That is what you will use. Then you get recognition.
Exactly. We go to first time when our brother Ipob, make sure he info now, not just me when we are and goes on a business. Now maybe when misunderstanding, when some things are not
misunderstanding. I'm going to go 247 on a personal group, meeting. Iwi abona a woman or barrier. Now Brangozo Arabeze, Kenya Deputy Information Minister in a Shamaka G. Kenya Zia, no Rabeze, where Langoza Rabeze to Rajan or Yabi. Oh, yeah, you go to one house.
I know that all those things here we were. Mother don't make it today. This is the reason why all of them are angry.
Another Rama is angry. Another Rama is angry because no Judaka show me a lobo. Now all there is no way I can come back. So they was you. Yeah, what Judaki? Then the question is, the same way. Mazan Council will create here IPOB. Mobile film yesterday. Now the attitude of IPOB is why Mazan Council is being sentenced to life imprisonment. I hope you remember that program yesterday.
Exactly. Yes.
Now
I watch your program. I don't know your program.
Okay, the same thing can defer back in my Simon about. The same thing.
Exactly.
And they continue doing it, except our declaration. And now one stood up as a man, as a savior, as a mother. That was clear. So book I read. Now, the only message in sent to Biafra government, it is a high time. Mazan and the Khan, Mazan just ordinary coming to court. Now, what is he doing? Mazan Khan, Mazan not go to a Joe Ayabasi where no in a prison na no way. Is it not true? Then it's a high time our government to get will try interview from us. The question not usable, it will Finland or audition, it won't Europe. Because the government council even a sentence up to now. I never got across their line. Well, since over many times I was not following their platform anymore because I was busy with the research. It's when I was not doing research that I always listen to their platform. So I never knew. But we all know that the government executive went in and he addressed the people of Amazonia.
Yeah.
It's a high time. I'm asking if our government can send delegates to get the same information, so to clear the air more, because ndị afọ ndị be anyị bụ na n'okwu Igbo ka m na-afụ ya ndị be anyị nọ na nke m fụrụ n'anya bụ eziokwu ma nke nọ na ntị bụ asị. You understand it?
Yes.
There's more evidence that we need to clarify all these things. Despite that, I myself, with all I'm doing and with all I'm seeing, the template of the government, they are on the right track, 100%. There's 99%. Let's leave one for Chukwu Okabiama. Because when coach will carry the government. These are people.
Even when you're in case I want to pay for the Kokuna, me feel that Finland, based on the paper, no incitement, get here. How we can feel in allow for now because for other incitement to for people outside.
We need to find out. That I will find out from now to maybe 1 week. I will just gradually checking out. Can I go the law of Finland? Basonye GAG, the rights here when he was inside. Things he can say and things cannot be able to say. I will just go in gradually do my own things to find out.
Because all them Kogan for say even Monoti was Mazi, our leader and president now, has said that there is nothing like gadget level Ghana.
Yes.
Which he cannot send any message outside.
Yeah. Can I my notification on my Simon Eba? Because I'm in Europe, it's you giving him now get the better television, egg and watch, egg and good news, egg and newspaper. That is Europe for you. It's not like Nigeria. Like Africa.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll find out. Okay.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Well,
I appreciate
thank you for calling. Yes, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you.
So for this, in the next state out of Iraq, I enjoy this program because all these governors in there and the politicians in Joanna Simon program for no state out. He can stay in Finland. And they community criminal, not community hearing on the men and east.
Now, how do we say here now? Now the direction of Messiah was a state actor into Biafra land, into Biafran government. Yes. We are the state actors. That is what the declaration. Exactly. Oh yeah, na Finland, yeah, go na the declaration. Na Simon about go state actor in Biafra. That is why they refuse to send him. Iman Obru name declaration. Na Simon Ekparo Nigeria. Or name ho. Oh, what this declaration self real. The declaration itself, my brother. When I go down deep, the value, the impact of the declaration when a leader is being held, when the bank can know wait him, oh, Chai, thank you so much. No one is Robert Toby. Emma Nigeria, Robert Toby was behind Gayos, was Emma de Otua.
Because that is the reason why I could argue not here now. Yes.
Even up to today, they are still going to Finland have Hanya Simon Eba. In Nigeria, we account that we borrow money to bribe accounts to get their way in.
Yes.
When it's come to prime, there is nothing Nigeria cannot commit.
Cannot do. Exactly.
What Nigeria cannot do when it comes to a crime does not exist. This is a
truth.
Here, Britain, see, you see London, you see UK, they are very wicked. Everything that they call about China, Britain, and France. Look at it now, into world power, even a 5 world power. 3, they are against US. Look at the politics. Even to Nigeria, only Russia and America. France as world power, China as world power, UK as world power, 3 of them married together. Nigeria advise what to do. Could you imagine that? Because of their interest, China is mining gold in the north. UK is the one capable of oil, and today then France and you have a place to mine gold in the north also. Do you see the business? That is it. It's when you go deep, then you understand what is going on. What is delaying America now, but the politics, Britain and France and China play. Because out of 5 world power, 3 they are against what to prefer as the right track. That is why for me, I always say it to America that the only option on this, the only solution is America recognize Biafra as a sovereign state. Then we will end this impunity once and for all. That is the only solution. Because Donald Trump, his first tenure, the Tucano jet that America, that Nigeria bought from America, there is Lehi agreement. Yes, there is Lehi agreement that Tucano jet will not fly in Biafra zone. Is it not true? But what happened? After they have pushed Donald Trump out in his first term, the Tucano jet is what they used to bomb Biafra land today, which is truth, before you come back to see it. So now, for Donald Trump, because of the hate, how the world hate Donald Trump, if they finally succeed in this time, push him out again, now putting Nigeria on a particular consign, the next president might decide to remove it from there. And the worst will happen again. So the everlasting solution is to give now that Biafra has been recognized, has been declared, recognize Biafra, we will become a burden that will stop this ongoing genocide. Now also, once Biafra merge, Oduduwa will merge, then we will protect our borders, take care of our indigenous people. The killing, genocide will end. That is the everlasting solution, is what Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ngozi Oraboze give to the entire world who hates what is going on in Nigeria today. That is it.
Yes.
That is it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much. I enjoy your call. Thank you so much, Amy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. So, my people, the truth must be told, no matter how bitter it is. Donald Trump, Russia, stand on your grounds. Never allow the evil people to conquer you or to change your mind. At all costs, the only solution, everlasting solution, is United States of Biafra recognition from old Eastern region. Then we will end the impunity. We will end this continuously ongoing genocide that started from 1914, that started from 1960 to 1914 to 2025. Biafra recognition is the end of this. My people, thank you so much for being here. I welcome you. Thank you so much. Here we draw the curtain. We are drawing our curtain here. So please, if you never like the program, I always say this, there is a 3 dot in front of you on your right hand screen. Look at the top of it, you will see that. Click on that 3 dots. You will open, you will see, like, and share. Endeavor to do that, so others may get this message. It's for everybody, for us to know the truth, because the truth shall set us free. No, the truth always comes at last, and the truth is here. That is what we are bringing to you. We are not, this page is very plain. We stand on and you know the truth is always plain. That's what we stand for. That is why you are not seeing pictures in our background, nothing. You want to just come and hear, narrate the truth, and when you reason with it, you find out this is the pure truth. So once again, I thank you all. From me, from here, it is goodbye and good night. Depend on my time. Thank you so much. The same time tomorrow.